How does that feel?
Um,
Careful.
I've always been the whitest one in the group, so there you go.
I still maintain that 10 to 6 was a more realistic schedule for playtime, but you know.
Oh my goodness. Well, when you factor in technical difficulties, I guess that makes sense.
And
Side
lunch.
talk.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
lunch.
I really should have put something in the crock pot. Oh, we have that leftover stir fry that I made last night, so that'll work. Yeah, about 8 o'clock last night, Lily was like, are we gonna have dinner? Oh, yeah, I guess so.
You want? I keep telling my kids like, you want to eat again? Did I not just feed you?
Yeah,
My God.
It's like this every day with you.
right, exactly. I've never cooked so much in my life.
I mean, I have to feed the dogs twice a day. That's basically the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly the same. I just dump something out into a bowl and hand it to them. Oh wait, no, that doesn't work.
I told Jaden today. I went and talked to them about 11 o'clock or 11:15, about an hour ago. I'm like, all right, listen. I can either make you lunch right now, or you can wait till after 3 o'clock, or you can make your own. Who wants to do what? And Justin's like, make mine now. And Jaden's like, I'll make mine and Junie's later. I'm like, okay, great.
Sweet,
Everybody's good.
perfect.
So I made a traditional dwarven lunch of block cheese and beef stick.
That
I had a
is
couple.
awesome.
I had a couple slices of Swiss cheese. That counts, right?
Yeah.
With this sugar.
No, you got to rip the mold off. It's fine as long as you don't eat the moldy part, right, honey?
Well, I mean, unless you really need some antibiotics.
I'm allergic to mold, so that's not really good for me.
Mm. It's all about the yeast and the fungus at that point. Especially like space travel. We're gonna
Not
be
really into antibiotics either. I avoid them at all costs. So lucky for me, my immune system rarely needs them. I just pretend I'm not sick. My allergies have been ramping up though now that nature is making its debut.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
ours too.
2 weeks ago when the maple tree started, like blah, we turned into faucets over here.
I mean, the good news is the corona is dry, so if you're dripping snot, you're probably okay.
Exactly. I've never been more happy to see Teddy's nose stuffed with yellow-green snot.
God, I'm so glad I didn't procreate. Like every day, I just think of new reasons as to why I don't have crotch fruit.
I'm hearing that a lot on the internet.
Yeah.
All these single people, or not single people, but childless people who've chosen not to procreate, laughing their butts off at us.
Well, everyone say, did you see the one that's going around? If there's a baby boom in 9 months, it'll only be first children.
Yes. Yeah. That is the truest thing that has been written.
So we're gonna get to kill some stuff today, Alex?
Nope.
We're going to a fancy dinner, so you
No
could kill.
killing. No killing.
There'll be a lot of murder. Yep, I forgot. Did you catch Aaron up on where we're going and what's happening?
I did no. Yesterday we were focusing on getting him set up in Roll20 and D&D Beyond and how they're connected. So it was mostly like how to play the game type stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Logistical kind of things.
I really like this. I get to sit in front of my computer and still play games.
Yep. And talk to my friends.
So I am a gnome wizard.
Okay.
I do speak Dwarvish, so we can throw down on some secret code.
Insider talk.
Insider talk. I'm very small, but supposed to be smart. I should have no charisma, but somehow I'm rolling 20s on charisma checks and 6s on intelligence checks. But you know.
Yeah, we were practicing last night, and I wasted a 20, and I was like, great, I needed that tomorrow.
Ooh, Alex, are you fucking with my screen?
I am showing pictures of Lux to Aaron so he can see what she looks like.
I wasn't paying attention, I don't think.
So I am supposed to be in the school of, I think it's called abjuration, where you do nice things for people, but I got kicked out because I thought necromancy would be fun to throw in there too.
Nice.
So I prefer to be a jack of all trades with.
Or you were just doing nice things for dead people.
I don't mind doing nice things for people, but why waste the fact that I can also suck the life out of bad people?
That's right.
I'm true neutral over here, so.
But you can raise dead people, right? So that's nice.
I'm working on that. We're not there yet. I think that's like a 2nd or 3rd level spell.
Okay, all right.
You gotta do what you can. We realized we needed some healing skills after Heidi got knocked on her ass, and we had no one to
Yep.
fix it.
Oh,
Hey, wait, nobody can heal me. This is bad.
I wasn't there to take the brunt, right?
Oh, we so needed a tank that day, let me tell you.
We got kicked all over the place.
Yeah.
I have a strength of 9, so I'm really not useful when it comes to that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Does anyone remember exactly how the session in the dungeon ended up? Like what ended up happening?
Jacob didn't care Heidi was dying and drug us all over the place to make sure he didn't miss anything.
Right.
He got a
You chose-
magic sword.
You chose to follow me as I
We are
was
literally
exploring.
supposed to be a party.
The party. Don't break up the party. We know this.
It's like rule 1.
Yeah.
Well, you did get to fight a sweet violet fungus, so that was cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And slay it.
How do you do that? Like the Clorox wipes or something?
Yes.
There's a lot of spray bottles,
I was
and
gonna say I'm out of sanitizer. I didn't bring that.
I'd like to cast 90% ethanol. It's a distance spell.
That's second level. That's much more than 70%.
Actually, it's a cantrip. I have a little bit of an issue with germs.
tell them about your sweet sunglasses.
Yes, I wear Ray-Bans most of the time because my eyes are very light sensitive.
Nice.
You can see flames in them.
It's awesome because whenever she enters a room, it makes everything go slow-mo.
And music plays.
And the fire is actually, it looks like it's reflected in the sunglasses, but it's not actually there, like physically. It's just the reflection of the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Spooky.
You know, it's bright out there.
So they ended up finding who was probably in charge of this tribal group that had kidnapped the princess Katona, and it was 2 guys and a pet panther, and
Was one of them named Joe?
no, it was Rascal and Pale.
I'm kidding. He hasn't seen Tiger King, so he doesn't know.
Alex,
Yeah,
you're missing out.
I have not seen China. I was reluctant because it just felt like making fun of white trashy people kind of show.
No,
and I don't like those
way
shows.
more depth than that, I swear.
It is.
But
Well,
let's
that's-
continue with the game. We can talk about that later.
Right.
Well, that's what I heard. I got some information from someone who watches it that it's not exactly like that. So
It is not Trailer Park Boys with tigers, I swear.
Yeah, the whole Honey Boo Boo thing and
Anyway, moving on back to the game.
no, Honey Boo Boo now. This game is all about Honey Boo Boo. So everyone roll up your Honey Boo Boo characters.
I
would
pull
like
out my
to-
warhammer.
Hit Mama June, she's sleazy.
So defeated the 2 leaders and their pet. Also, they had found the princess in another part of the dungeon, locked away in a cell. They were able to get her out and thoroughly investigated the chambers and the dungeon before taking her out and heading back to Whitecap. Once you were there, the princess helped you, assisted in. No one knows that the princess was actually kidnapped. They just thought that she was out doing her thing. They didn't know that she had actually been taken prisoner, and it was they wanted it to keep it that way. So, or she wanted to keep it that way. So she, the soldiers working the Adwood Manor gate, she convinced them, that everything was cool. She was just returning back, and you guys were all good. So then you guys went drinking after that, or shopping? Which came first? I don't remember.
A little bit of both.
A little bit.
I took
Column
up
A,
my,
column B.
My favorite pub that's just in, and we had some spirits and sustenance, and then we went shopping. But Gareth had to go home.
That's
and,
right.
And Finn and I got drunk on the ship.
I was gonna say, so we went drinking before we went shopping.
and then went shopping and then went drinking.
Barring prices were not good for us, I bet.
No, I rolled a 20
Actually-
on my charisma and got a full set of clothes for Mad Jeep.
Wow.
Yeah, she got like a 33% discount.
To be fair, she's only 33% the size of a regular person.
That's true.
I'm literally 4 feet tall.
That is true.
I weigh 69 pounds.
Jacob, what was the name of that blacksmith? I know that you
You
would
were
come up with
basically
one, but I
Johnny. You were
can't
Johnny
remember what it
sized.
is.
It was MC's Hammer Time.
Yes.
MC's Hammer Time. Got it. So
Nice.
also
Well played, honey.
last game, any place that a character needed to go. I didn't flesh out this town on purpose because I wanted certain locations that weren't maybe important to the story to be maybe fleshed out by the group rather than just me. And so last game, if there was something that a character needed to buy, you guys actually would come up with what it was called and maybe a little bit about it. So today, one thing you get to do, Aaron, is if Thoradin needs anything specific from a shop in Whitecap, you get to name it. If you
Well,
need,
I was thinking I needed some kind of light armor at least. So I was looking for some kind of light armor, even if it's just something like leather.
Oh, well then come on up to Bear Daddy's Leather Emporium.
Oh, is that what Bear Daddy's is?
Yep. You might want something a little more high class. I don't know. I don't know what kind of, gold pouch you're sporting there.
I'm not sure I do either yet. Let's see here.
Although I think Bear Daddy's must have been nice because that's where I went to get my dress belt.
See, I saw Bear Daddy's and I thought it was a different kind of an establishment.
Mm-hmm.
They get that a lot.
Only on nights and weekends.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I might come in there after the bar.
So with barbarians, their unarmored defense,
It's pretty strong.
they only get it if you're not wearing any armor. So you'll have to balance out how much benefit you'll get from having armor or not having armor. Because right now your armor class without any armor is your AC is a base AC of 10 plus your dexterity and constitution modifiers.
Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that makes me a 17. Just
You might want to
Holy
stay a
cow.
Bear Daddy then.
That sounds Yep.
Now you can
Don't mess up the peep show.
Now you can use a shield and it won't affect your unarmored defense, but you use a two-handed weapon.
Right. No, I like my Warhammer. So I'll stay. I guess I'll stay then.
Okay.
Stay naked.
Yep.
You might need some fancy clothes then if you're all bare-chested and such. We have to go to a fancy
Right.
dinner tonight.
That's true. Because not everything is dwarf.
Right.
So they were
But
trying.
He might not want to go to the diva shop though. I don't know about it.
Well, they after dropping the princess back off at the manor, the party was looking for the person who had originally hired them, who has apparently gone MIA because they were told that he was going to meet them at the Demon Leg Tavern. And so they went there and waited, and finally some other guy showed up with a couple of guardsmen from the manor, and he told them that this guy that they were looking for was not able to come, but things had happened. It was a general sort of something has happened, and the party was invited to a dinner reception the following evening at the manor with the Duchess and her daughter, the princess. So the second day after they hung out and drank and did whatever, the next day they were basically spent getting ready for this reception on the second night. So Thoradin, where do you stay when you're in Whitecap? Where do you sleep? Where do you put your feet up?
Yes. Probably at this just in, because I'm fairly I don't stay at very high end places because I don't really have a normal residence as I just kind of got here.
Right.
So I would be staying at a meager place, not poor but meager.
Okay.
Had we met previously, that would be the exact place I'd recommend to you because Janessa has taken care of me there ever since I was a pup. It's where Kron, my mentor, has always taken me whenever we're in port, and she makes a really good soup, and she has a really good beer. So you'll be in good hands.
Oh, and
Good
gin.
deal.
They make their
The
own
gin
gin.
is also
And
tasty
gin,
there.
Gin, yeah, yep.
Good deal. All right, that sounds like my place.
Now, one other bit of character stuff. D&D uses. Are you familiar with inspiration?
No, I'm not.
Inspiration in the base rules is something that you either have or you don't have, and if you do have it, you can spend your inspiration at any time to gain advantage or to give someone disadvantage on a dice roll, and you earn inspiration through a variety of different things. Typically, if you do like in character stuff or something really big or heroic or funny, just something notable,
Gotcha. Yep.
then you would gain inspiration. In my D&D campaign, instead of using an inspiration point, I use inspiration cards, which are a deck of cards that I built that you can have 5 in your hand, up to 5, and you can play a card at any time, and the cards have a variety of different effects depending on which cards that you draw.
Okay.
And you are going to get 2, so I'm going to deal 2 cards to you, and they
Where do
will
we find
appear
those?
on the bottom in Roll20 where your names are. There are blue boxes with numbers on them.
Okay.
That's your hand. That's your
Okay.
what cards that you have, and if you click on it, it'll open up a window where you can see the specific cards.
Yeah, I
Let's
can see they all have like 2 and 2 and 3.
Yep.
And I can click on them and it says I can steal them, but I'm not gonna.
And now you have 2 cards, Aaron.
I'd see. Now do I just click on it to? Yes, I do. To see it.
Oops, I just stole a card from you. I accidentally clicked it.
Gotcha.
What does that look like on your end? What do you see?
I can when I click on it, it opens up the 2 cards, and I can click on one card, and it gets nice and large on my screen.
But it doesn't, because right now it
I
says
didn't say anything.
over one of the 2 cards it says stealing, but nothing else is happening. And that must be a new feature in Roll20 because I'm not sure exactly what that does. Let me do a Google search real quick.
Well, I did that. I mean, when I moused over somebody else's, it gave me it says steal card, and I was afraid to click it because I was like,
I accidentally clicked yours, and I was expecting it just to like disappear and appear in my inventory, but it didn't. It's sitting in your inventory, but it says stealing over top of it. Oh, you have to accept or decline it. Do you have some sort of thing in your chat window or something asking you to approve or deny the theft?
I don't see that. I'm looking at the feed here. Let me close my cards out because mine still shows that I have 2. Maybe because you haven't successfully stolen it yet.
I don't know. Well, anyway, so those
No,
are your
Magnus,
cards.
No one likes you.
You get all or nothing. You use the card in place of a d20 roll, and if it comes up even, it's an automatic natural 20. If it comes up odd, it's a natural 1.
Ooh. Okay.
So it's
That's
a
cool.
risky maneuver, possibly with big benefits, or it'll hurt you. And then the
Catastrophe.
second card is regroup, which is you may discard any number of inspiration cards that you possess and draw a replacement for each one, including the regroup card.
Okay.
So when you play it, basically, actually, you could play it right now and get a new card. Yeah, or you could hold on to it and wait if you get like a crappy card later on.
Got you. Any number of cards. So yeah, if I got a different card that I didn't like, I could get rid of that one. Okay, I see. I'll hold it for now.
Now, if you wanted to see how to gain cards, if you go into your journal, which I showed you last night, it was the icon in the top
Yes.
right that looks like a newspaper. If you go down to, there should be a handouts folder.
Okay, yep.
And then there should be a campaign folder.
Inspiration cards. Yes, I
Yep.
see it here.
If you open that up, that tells you all the different ways where you can earn inspiration cards.
Okay.
And how they work.
Awesome. All right, I will look that over.
All right, so it is, as far as the date goes, it is currently, the month is called Rihar, and it's low summer. It's basically the beginning of summer. And it is, let's see, 10th, 11th. I believe it was going to be, it was either the 11th or the 12th of the month. And you're getting ready for a party that night. So what are you guys doing?
Getting dressed with my friend.
Yeah, we're getting cleaned up from our night of debauchery, and then I'm gonna put on my sexy corset, my fancy cloak, and my
Are you-
sweet ass
Jumped off
leather
the proud
pants.
ship and swam around for a little bit to, wash off any debris in my fur.
Yeah, I'm rebraiding my beard and my hair.
I give Finn a nice brushing to make sure that she didn't miss anything.
Poof! She gets twice as big.
And what are you going to do for the other 7 hours?
Very, very slowly put my sunglasses on. Very slowly.
Nice. The music plays.
You still there, Jacob?
I'm still here.
What are you doing?
Probably visiting with my parents reluctantly.
Mm.
Trying to
Ooh.
have discussions with them about, how we need to be more accepting of the other people that are coming into Whitecap, and then probably just getting frustrated and leaving. I'm, the okay boomer, and then just leaving.
At one part during your conversation with your parents, they find out that you are going to the manor for this reception, and they are interested because they are also supposed to be going to this dinner reception because they had invited the leaders of all the craft guilds in town, the merchant and craft guilds. So it's going to sort of be a gathering of the largest companies and organizations like that in Whitecap are going to be at this reception.
So do we know anything about the reception other than we were invited to it?
Nope.
Okay.
And
Do his
you're
folks
supposed
know
to dress
anything
up.
about it other than that they're invited to it and the other guild leaders are?
Go ahead.
I said, but a history check, is this something that maybe happens regularly, or is this new?
It is, and it's pretty common knowledge that the leadership in Whitecap hosts these events pretty much on a weekly basis. I mean, they're always having receptions and banquets and functions like that. So this is not a weird occurrence by any means.
Aaron's gone stealth.
What?
Nothing.
I heard Aaron's
I'm down
on stilts.
I'm down to only your stealth. I'm down to only looking at your face, Alex.
How'd that happen? We need to fix that. Is everyone else still here? Uh-oh.
Yep.
I am.
Okay.
I dropped off, but
Oh,
I'm
he's back.
Yay!
One thing I don't like about Discord is that there's no easy way to, like, I want the view to be like it was before when Heidi was the sandwich filling, and I can't
That's
get
where
back
mine
to
is.
that. Right now mine is, I have a big one in the middle and then all the little icons on the right-hand side.
Oh, so I've got one big one in the middle and two small ones on each side of it.
Yeah, that's how
what
I
I'm
want
rocking.
mine.
Did you accidentally focus someone, Alex?
It was like that when I switched over to Discord. It had already changed by itself. When
Okay.
Melissa said that she couldn't see Aaron anymore, I switched back over to Discord to see, and so now I can't get it back, and I don't like it.
I am 50% gin deep.
Oh my.
Just saying. Should we go
that
drinking
ain't it.
or frolicking or something in this 7-hour period? Or
I mean, I
actually,
would like to stretch my legs since I'm on land right now.
There we go. I got it back.
So
Whew.
walking around town would be great.
yeah, I was gonna say I want to go check out with my blacksmith heritage. I always stop and try to make friends with the blacksmiths to find out who's any good there. If I think they're a good enough blacksmith to make my stuff.
should we go pick up Thornton at this just in then? And
I think so. I mean, we're probably headed there for, to break our fast anyway.
all right,
He is there waiting for you.
All
I
right.
have arrived. There we go.
Where am I even?
Fantastic.
Gareth, you joining us?
I'm coming.
Ah, it's a big pileup.
Pig pile. I would I would not win. The dog wins.
Yeah.
And there's nothing specific other than wanting to go, and you can take Thoradin to MC's Hammer Time if you want, to show him the at least the one blacksmith that you were familiar with. I think I
Sure.
said there were 5 in Whitecap. Is that what I said?
Obviously, MC's Hammer Time is the best one, so we'll start there.
I don't know. Thor, do you have any
Our most
ideas?
Favored.
I could probably use my perception to try and gauge the quality of this blacksmith establishment.
MC, that was where. What did you buy there, Jacob?
I don't think I bought anything. I just kind of wanted to check the place out,
You wanted to check prices and whatnot.
see what they had, because
Yeah.
I know eventually at some point I wanna do some shopping.
Right.
I thought Heidi was looking at something there
Where?
at the blacksmith. You're looking at a weapon or something.
Oh, a scimitar. Yes, that's right. And they are way out of my price range, but I'm still looking because
Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of price ranges, how difficult would it be? Because Thoradin wasn't part of the dispersal of the funds that were claimed.
Oh.
Now the party did buy 2 potions of healing last game, which took 100 gold pieces out of the pool. What would be the easiest way to do that? Do you think?
We
To
just
throw
throw him
him
some.
some funds.
Give him some monies. How much
His
should be?
money.
I don't want to say just like subtract 1/4 of whatever you own and give it to him. But what do you think would be fair? Like, where are you guys hovering right now as far as
We could
gold
subtract
total?
1/5. Let me look
Are
at
you all? If you're all
I mean-
roughly around the same level, then we know where we should get him to. You know what I mean?
I have 53 gold pieces and 100 silvers.
Okay.
I don't know where that is on the Roll20 sheet.
It's not on Roll20. It's on your D&D Beyond sheet.
Yeah, go to your
Oh,
D&D
I don't
Beyond.
have that
and
open. Okay.
well, you should rectify that.
Rectify. I think the pink and yellow that's out on in the mudroom. Oh my God, Lily is getting me beer and Doritos.
Good
Wow.
child.
Good kid.
Oh, this is
Breakfast.
Can she walk over here to make me another gin and tonic then?
beautiful. Right.
So well trained.
Well, what I really want is pub mix, but I'm not going to send her to the store.
So, Erin, she house sat for us, and she may have opened multiple snacks, but there was even a snack clip on every single thing that she opened.
She's
Like,
very.
she was-
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was
She's very
pretty
careful
impressive.
at other people's houses.
Smart, 'cause I totally would. Thank you, Lily. I think we're all that way, honestly.
Good morning, Lily. Love you.
They say good morning, Lily. They love you. Good morning. You can
What
paint
child-
anytime you want to.
What child is that cheerful creature behind you?
Yeah, well, it's because there are no brothers here this weekend, so.
Ah,
Yeah.
That is a good combination.
Also, we stayed up last night, fairly late. I introduced her to Lie to Me because I was telling her about Tim Roth and how much I
Oh,
love
I
him.
love that show.
Oh my god, so
I haven't
much.
watched it. I've only watched like one season. Oh, sorry, Alex. All right, let's continue with her.
No, go
Heidi,
ahead.
we'll talk later.
I binge watched the entire series when I was in the hospital with Teddy when he had his open heart surgery at 2 months old, so it's kind of near and dear to me. But I figured, oh my gosh, she's at the right age for this, so yeah, she loves it.
I've only seen season 1, but I loved it.
Oh, so good. So good. I love him.
Yeah. So anyhow, now that we're all beveraged up, so do you just want to throw like 10 or 15 gold pieces?
How do we do
At
that? Do I
him?
just add it to mine, or is there a way to actually transfer it between us? Or?
Yeah, you'll have to do it manually. They'll just subtract from
Alright.
their
if we
D&D
each
Beyond
throw
sheets.
if we each throw him 15, that takes it to about even, I think. Takes us down to like 40 something and up to 45. And then that accounts for the silver then too.
Is that fair for everyone?
That sounds
No,
great. I'm still pulling out my stuff in D&D Beyond. I apologize.
Okay.
All right, so I just need to add 40. Is it 45 gold?
Yep.
Okay. Aha! I did it.
So that would take
Nice.
me to 38.
Thank you.
So I'm giving him 14 gold. Is that correct?
15.
15 gold.
15.
Okay.
Yep.
The potions of healing were purchased as sort of a group expense because you figured,
Good idea.
keeping people alive in the group benefits the entire group.
It is. It's a
I also offered my services as a tinkerer and clock repair person.
Wait a minute. That leaves me at 15 gold.
What else did you buy other stuff?
Oh, I bought a belt, but I didn't think it cost that much.
I don't think it did either. Did you forget to add it last time?
It was like a gold. No, I did, but I'm concerned that I maybe hit the wrong thing when I was adding and subtracting. Or maybe most of my money is in silver?
I mean, if we're at this, Aaron, what was your evaluation of this armor? Sorry, Thor.
I don't know. Do I need to roll for that?
Well, before we do that, I want to make sure that everyone is on the same page. What is, Heidi, what's your current coin count? How much money do you have?
15 gold, 220 silver, and 23 copper.
All right, Melissa, what about you?
I have 38 gold now, 111 silver, and hold on, 23 copper. I converted a lot of my silvers over to gold.
Okay. Jacob, where are you looking?
I have 54 gold, about 210 silver, and 25 copper.
I am counting my gold after transferring.
And Aaron, where are you sitting?
Well, I had 10 gold, and then I took their 45. So if you don't count their 45, I have 10 gold and nothing else.
All right, and we know that Melissa bought the
10 gold
clothing
pieces worth of
clothing,
Mine was 3 for the belt.
and you only bought the belt, and that's all anyone purchased last game.
Other than the potions, yes.
Potions.
Which was out of the group fund before it was dispersed amongst you. And then you also have the 40 or 50 gold pieces worth of gemstones, and who's carrying those?
I'm carrying them.
Ooh, gemstones.
And I did not count
necklace.
that in my list.
And Heidi, you selected the sailor background, right?
I did.
I think you may have forgotten to apply some gold somewhere. Let's see how much a sailor background. They start with,
I thought it was 10.
let's see. Typing. Wealth. Okay, let's see. Nope, that is not what I wanted. Oh, I'm going to do this the hard way, aren't I? I got to get up, get my player's handbook, open
No,
to
don't
a
worry.
page.
The money really isn't that important to my character. We'll just make more.
Yeah.
All right, well, keep in mind that if there's a purchase that she needs to make that she doesn't have the money for, you guys are going to be forced to hand over all of your gold.
Ball.
Yes, okay, confirmed. You get 10 gold pieces as a sailor starting.
Damn right.
I'm used to turning over all my gold.
Ouch.
Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. Okay, so that's different. As far as MC's hammer time goes, as far as the quality of the shop, let me roll for that. Okay, you're in the way. Oh, that's disappointing. I had just installed a bunch of sweet add-ons that sort of changed the layout of Roll20 in Firefox, and none of them are currently working, even though they were working yesterday. Dice. Oh wait, it's in here. They are a pretty good quality shop over there at MC Hammer Time.
Okay. All right, so I let them know, like, this is pretty good wares. If anybody has interest in something, so.
Nice. But the price on the scimitars was like 45 gold, is that right?
25
if you go to
gold is
manage
correct.
equipment.
What's that?
Manage equipment. You can look it up.
Ah. That
Yeah.
might be where we saw it before.
It's just 25 gold.
Oh, 25. Yeah, well, still a bit too rich for me. So, moving right along.
Do you need
I
it?
think
Do you want it?
Or actually, if I convert some silver here.
You can always cash in one of the gemstones that we have.
Yep.
Well, how do you feel about that, guys? Because I only have a dagger right now, and
Yeah,
I feel like that's a good
my
purchase.
magic stones are great, but
That's
No.
what she said.
We need your weaponry to help. Let's do it. Let's outfit you.
Gareth, would you mind trading in a stone for me to get a scimitar?
So we have what, 5 stones? So I'd say we each get one,
Okay.
and then one we
Makes
have to
sense.
fight over. So
How about we trade one in for her to get the thing, and then we each get one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're dispersing the gemstones. The types of stones, they are, in case you have a preference as to which gem that you get, there's a banded agate, 2 malachites, an obsidian, a rhodochrosite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So
I'll
if
take
you
obsidian.
I'll take the other obsidian.
There's
that's
only
okay.
one obsidian,
Oh,
but
there's
there's
only one? Okay.
2 malachites.
I'm fine with malachite.
Let's
I
trade a
do not
malachite
care.
for a scimitar then.
What'd you say,
Sounds
Jacob?
good to me.
I do not care which gemstone I get.
Okay. All right, so the obsidian is taken, the malachite's taken, right?
Thank you, Aaron.
That leaves the banded agate and the rhodochrosite. Aaron, I think you get one or the other.
Oh, I thought I grabbed the obsidian.
Oh, okay, that's right. You got the obsidian. Yeah. Melissa got the which one?
Don't really care.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I think I got the. She was gonna have the obsidian. I think I was gonna take the malachite. That's what we did.
All right. Aaron has add 1 10 gold piece malachite to your character sheet. Melissa, you have a 10 gold piece obsidian. Heidi, do you have a preference?
I don't.
Then you get the banded agate.
Okay.
And Jacob gets the rhodochrosite, which
I am.
That's a nice one.
I will copy and paste into Roll20 so you can see how it's spelled.
The ones that they have at the museum in Denver are absolutely stunning.
I think I'm gonna buy a shield.
Okay.
So I'm a small, weak person. That's 10 gold pieces, so I will subtract that from my gold stash.
All right. You actually... No, you did not already have one.
No,
I was trying to think of... When I was building your tokens yesterday, I was looking at your character sheets to see what equipment you had, and you did not have a shield.
I have a fancy necklace that is my focus, but other than that...
And a warhammer, is it one-handed or two-handed?
It could be used one-handed or two-handed, but it does more damage two-handed.
That's right. Okay.
So 10 gold pieces removed for my shield.
How much more is the magic scimitar?
A lot more.
Oh, okay.
Priced out of your range for a first level character, or now second level character.
I'm checking out a shield here.
I mean, adding to your naked AC, that'd be a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here.
I can basically set mine up like a tent and hide behind it. Stick it in the ground and I hide behind it and throw spells around it.
So how tall are you? 3 foot?
4 foot.
Oh, 4 foot.
I'm a tiny person.
I'm trying to think what I am. I'm not much bigger than that. I'm 3'10".
But you're like 3 times broader, I think.
Yeah. Oh yes, I'm definitely that. Oh, here's this description. Yeah, I'm 3'10", but 135 pounds.
I gotta grab a book real quick. I'll be right back.
Adding it in Roll20 and it's not actually adding.
1 second.
Added in D&D Beyond.
Yeah. Now that we have that.
I mean, I'm sorry. In D&D Beyond, I'm adding it in D&D Beyond, and it's not adding, even though I'm in the edit thing.
Are you trying to add gold or add equipment?
The scimitar.
You're trying to add the scimitar.
Yes.
Actually, I see 1, 2, 3, 4 scimitars in your inventory now.
Stop hoarding. Stop hoarding. There's not COVID-19 here.
Ma'am, there's a limit of 1 scimitar.
It's toilet paper.
It's not toilet paper.
Ouch. Okay, apparently I need to refresh my screen so I can see that it has been added.
Oh my goodness.
And I went ahead and activated it so it'll show up in your actions now as things you can do.
Did you take off the redundant ones?
I did, yes.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
I would like to buy a shield. It says it's 10 gold. Is that the price I get it for, or can I negotiate? Or
you can attempt a negotiation. Yeah. What do you want? What skill do you want to use?
Let's see here. Persuasion.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. So.
Not great.
No.
You're paying full retail price for that shield.
It just went up 10%.
I was gonna say that was my concern, is I'd roll low and he'd charge me more.
Yeah, really.
I would only do that to you if you rolled a 1.
Yeah, then yeah.
Again.
All right. So I can just add that to my inventory and reduce my price, right?
Yes, and when it's added to your inventory, there's a box on the left-hand side that you have to click on it to activate it. So so basically that means that you're actually wearing that item or using that item, rather it just being in your inventory but not using it.
Okay, I see.
And that way it'll apply towards your armor class. I'm stepping away from the mic for just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yep, got that.
Lots of books.
Alex is singing himself a little song.
Alright, I'm back.
This is so cool. I'm sorry.
I love gaming like this. This is greatness.
Me
I'm
too.
I haven't played in so long. It was all pencil and paper. So like, this whole live sheet is just amazing to me.
Yeah, it's great.
Alexa, light bright.
Mm-hmm.
So, a simple +1 magic weapon, you would be looking at, let's see.
I'm gonna go grab a beer. I'll be right back. I don't have a
Okay.
child to bring me one.
Okay.
I still think it's worth it.
Yeah, I've seen people train their dogs to bring them beers.
They get, well, that's true. But
Magnus
this way he
isn't
gets
smart
exercise
enough, and Jezebel
quiet.
isn't tall enough.
And Jezebel doesn't care enough, probably.
What if they worked together?
I told you I used to have her trained to close the door because in my apartment in Philly, my roommate's cat would open the door
Oh my.
and then not be polite enough to close it. It took about 20 minutes, and I could just snap my fingers and say, "Go close the door," and she'd walk across the room, jump up on her hind legs, and push the door shut.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
she's a very intelligent corgi.
a basic a +1 weapon would cost someone anywhere between 100 and 500 gold pieces.
God damn. What are my Ray-Bans worth?
Your Ray-Bans are worth 2 copper because they only work with you.
Okay. So you're saying I got them on the street side in New York City?
The glasses chose you. You woke up one morning and they were just on. You have no idea
Sweet.
where they came from, what their
Don't ask
origins
questions.
were. Yeah, you just accept the Ray-Bans.
They
I am
chose
back.
me. Yay.
All right, so after your spending spree, maybe grab some lunch at some point, spend the day wandering around town before it starts getting close to the start of the reception. Now, he had given you, when he gave you the invitation, he also actually, no, I don't think he needed to do that. So no, you just have sort of a verbal invitation that you're taking with you to the manor, and once time gets to be moving closer to 7 o'clock, you start heading towards the manor. Now they have these really tall torches lit on the approach to the gate to the manor home, and there in the front of the gate there are guards wearing the white cap colors of red and gray with it's like a tree that's curled around in the shape of a horn, and that's the symbol of white cap. And they're checking names off a list as people arrive. Some people are arriving by carriage, horseback, some people on foot, and they're checking names and letting people in. And
Nice
you also
smoking
see
torches.
Are you setting it
Oh.
on fire?
The manor's
we
on
allowed-
fire.
Were we allowed to bring our weaponry?
You it would be considered bad form to be carrying
that's what I
anything
thought.
larger than a dagger or a walking stick
Okay.
on something like this. If it was
Okay.
like an ornamental sword and it was part of like a dress uniform, that would be one thing. But yeah, walking in here fully geared.
Who's crunching?
That's how I said the gnome.
Maybe
Okay.
Heidi. Heidi, were you crunching?
Oh my gosh, it's me, probably.
Yep.
Yep.
She doesn't.
Shit! Alright, I'll mute myself when I have a chip.
Just swallow them whole. Yeah, don't even
Oh, I can
chew.
do that.
Just toss it in and.
I bet you can.
Whoa.
Ouch.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. Whoa. So about
I
that
don't know if
fire.
you've been warned about us, Aaron, but when Heidi and I get together, it gets bad.
Very bad. Or good.
Depends. Yeah.
So lit by the fires raging in the outer walls of the manor, you can also see off to one side, and you know that this is a place that they typically would post stuff like this, but there are a series of very tall pikes that have been embedded into the ground in a short row, and typically they would put the heads on these pikes of criminals that had been punished for wrongdoing, and you see that on the outside pike there is a fresh head stapled to it.
That doesn't look
Stapled?
like-
Well,
Or
you know, impaled on it.
hella staples.
That's not the best fish I've ever drawn.
That's a
And it-
fish?
And it's the
Yeah.
guy that wanted to hire us.
Why are you drawing a fish?
Because you said pikes.
With a
Okay.
head stapled Ike, I love it.
Okay. I guess I can if I squint and I look like behind me, I can kind of see it.
Listen.
And you approach the soldiers, and he looks at you. And
I look at
what,
him.
what do you say to him? What do you say to him?
Yo.
So wait. Is it Ramos or McGoth that's on the pike?
I don't know. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Can I investigate it? Can I
Can't-
investigate the fish?
You can't really get up to it.
Perception the hell out of it.
You really did, and here, let's do it like this. Keep it all secret.
It looks like you're whispering to all of us.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hey guys, I say under my breath, that's McGoth up there.
Is that the guy that we were supposed to meet?
No, it's the one that was supposed to be watching the princess that
Well,
left
that-
her in the woods.
That's good then.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That
I
makes me
mean,
feel happy.
Okay.
The right head is on the pike, but I think we need more information.
I
The
give him a
right head.
thumbs
He
up.
had 2 heads.
Yeah.
Ah.
So the soldier's still standing there waiting for. Yes, you are.
We're here for the dinner.
Right, and your names, please.
Pardon. Stompfiend, Lux, Thoradin, and Gareth. At your service.
He makes a couple of marks on his paper and then nods and waves you in through the gate where you are brought to the front door of the manor and then through to a large banquet hall where the herald announces you, the 4 of you, and oh my God, what are you doing here? That's it. I'm turning off all drawing privileges. Is
Come
that
on,
an
I asked.
Is that a glob of ice cream on the fish's head? I can't even tell what that is.
It was the head stapled to the pike.
It's McGoth.
Okay, that's the head. So the X's
Stapled
are
to
his
the pike.
eyeballs.
Yes.
Gotcha, because he's dead, and because that's people's eyes turn into X's. when
My
they die.
drawings have all been appropriate.
Hey, don't.
I haven't
disrespect
abused
because he
it.
doesn't have Teddy's talent. You guys should see Ted's illustrations lately. It's unbelievable. It's absolutely uncanny. You absolutely tell what he's drawing.
That's so awesome.
Yeah,
And so
he's.
much of it is drawing observed stuff.
Yep. drawing from life. He's really, really good at it, and from memory too. But
That's true.
The best part of my job lately has been making graphics in PowerPoint.
Oh, Lily's been working on that too for school. She had to do a presentation of a do-it-yourself project, and she chose washing the dog, but she wanted to make it all cool looking. That was kind of fun.
I think my favorite thing that Teddy does when he's drawing is that he'll hold up his fingers like a painter to get, like, the size,
Square it up.
to square it up. I don't even know where he picked that up and figured out that that was a thing that artists do, but
Mr. Harris, he picked it up from Mr. Harris.
oh yeah,
They
okay.
had an exception. I was gonna say have, but they had an exceptional archer at Orchard Park.
Okay. Well, the dinner reception finally, everyone finally arrives. There are about 26 attendees or so, mostly guild representatives and noble houses in Whitecap, along with a group of military leaders from the kingdom of Delafran, specifically from Cyranor, their capital city. And they're noted for their, they wear these dark green and yellow livery with pointed helms. And the first part of the banquet begins, which is basically hobnobbing, mostly standing around listening to the performers. They have
Finny is back towards a wall with her fur clamped down, with a conscious effort to keep her ears kind of out to the sides so that she doesn't look challenging or engaged. This is not her happy place at all.
I dance a jig.
on a table.
No, I'm not quite there yet. I haven't had enough gin.
I assume I probably see a lot of people I know.
You do, including your parents are also there in the banquet.
What is more fun than a party with your parents?
There you go.
Exactly.
Not much.
I lower my Ray-Bans and wink at Gareth's parents just to, be that person.
I kind of give the friendly nod to I'm trying to, even though I really don't want to be hanging out with all these people, I'm just trying to be friendly, so I nod and say hello to the guild members that I know.
You do recognize a few faces.
I'm standing with Finn, just drinking beer or mead if I can find that.
You can definitely. It's a lot of different wines, but there is at least one type of ale that you can dip into, and
at 4 feet tall, it's easy to get through the crowd for your drink.
Yeah. Plus, he's like as wide as a dwarf. One would say, wink. Wide as a dwarf. That's what Granddaddy used to say.
The old classic saying.
Yeah.
Are there any other gnolls here at all?
No, you're the only one.
Yeah, no, I'm not even. I don't even want a dish of water because I don't want to be lapping.
I go and get Finn a drink.
I hold it in my hand, so my hand has something to do, but I feel self-conscious about lapping.
There are some looks your way, only because it's not often that one sees a gnoll at the royal court. Not only either in a banquet or just there for some other reason. They don't typically. This isn't a place that they typically hang. So yeah, you definitely no hateful stares, but definitely some curiosity of, oh, there's a gnoll. Oh, I don't really see them very often. Interesting.
I do have an eye out for the princess.
She is not present yet, nor is the Duchess. Typically in these functions, there'll be some general hobnobbing first, and then the hosts will arrive, and then dinner will begin. So you expect that this is going to follow the same sort of playbook. Jacob, you do. There are a variety of guilds in Whitecap. The largest of the merchant guilds, they pretty much run the show because it's because of the merchant guild that supplies kind of come in and out for the craftsmen to be able to make the things that they make and sell the things that they sell. So they're sort of the gatekeepers. The guild is called the House of the Pure, and their representative is definitely here. It's a woman. Her name is Morgia Radis, and she is present here at this banquet. And some of the other craft guilds are also present. Most of them, in fact, the Tullamore, the Smallware, the Council of Green Street, Antient Lodge. There you see sort of representatives from each of these guilds present in the manor at this
What
party.
about the Lollipop Guild?
No lollipop guilds. No, the lollipop
Aren't they
guild.
kind of represented by our party?
They were big back in the
Hey
day.
now, I'm a gnome. All right.
They were huge back in the day, but and unless there is anything specific, are you just going to sort of hang with yourselves during this reception period in your
I'm
own group?
holding up the side of this wall
I
with
start-
Jordan.
Being small and somewhat inconspicuous, I start just wandering around to see if there's anything I can pick up or hear.
Sure.
Not particularly noticeable.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
You are going to make a great rogue.
I'm just pretty determined to make sure that my ale never is empty.
That's
I'm
easy to
just doing
do.
some-
Open bar.
I'm just doing some general hobnobbing, I don't want to, even though I don't agree with a lot of things my parents do, I don't want to reflect poorly on them. So I'm not really holding any long conversations, but just, kind of going through doing what a politician would do, saying hi to the people that he needs to say hi to and moving on.
Gotcha.
Is there
that shit's
a
exhausting.
open roof or any plants in here?
There are some plants. It's not an open roof. It's an enclosed room. But yeah, there are some awesome potted plants.
Okay.
What was the?
I'm sort of sending out, astral feelers towards the plants to just have a sense of self and sense of place
Okay.
as I stand there holding up the wall.
So she
Okay.
literally wants to be a wallflower.
Yeah, I was
Literally.
I was scared she was gonna lift a leg on the plant, so I was.
Lux, as you wander around, you kind of pick up little tidbits of conversations here and there. The overall topics that you sort of pick up on are kind of four different areas. There's a lot of talk about the strength and necessity of the merchant and the craft guilds and how business is doing and that sort of thing. There's a lot of talk about the continued threat from the tribes to the north. There's a fair amount of talk about a food shortage happening in Whitecap. And waiting for the dogs.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Who are they
barely
barking
hear
at?
them.
All right.
I can hear you very well over them.
Okay.
Hey, get.
Geet.
Please continue. So food shortage and
And the recently, Katona, the princess, has been betrothed to a nobleman from Delafran, which is the kingdom on the other side of the lake. His name is Duke Naden Dell, and apparently they have been betrothed recently. And so just the discussion about what that's going to mean, on the political side, and
Will there be an influx of TP? That's what we all want to know.
An
Is this
influx
the
of-
group that used to historically raid this area? Is that the people that would historically come over and raid, and now we kind of made peace?
No. Well,
Okay.
yes. I mean, the relations between Delafran and Terriger used to be bad, but they've
Okay.
gotten much better as of late. And this is just one more step to sort of solidifying that partnership between the two kingdoms.
So I think with my history, I wouldn't have a lot of trust for those folks then. So I'm always a little cautious with them.
Well, honestly, being a dwarf, your biggest sense of distrust would be less with Delafran and more with Terragir, which is this kingdom, because the dwarves and Terragir were at war for a long time. They're not currently. They finally sort of figured out a peace between them. But there's a fair amount of bad blood. For you as the character, I don't know if that would filter down into hating every person from Terragir or just those in charge, you know.
So is anyone here looking at him funny?
No, and there are two other dwarves in attendance as well.
Oh.
So
Any lady dwarves? I guess I shouldn't assume your preference. I apologize.
let's see. There is one's a male and the other is nope, they're both males. Sorry.
All right.
I could
I still
up
might
and-
go over and talk, and I might still go over, work my way over, just to small talk them, to find out where they're from at least.
The two dwarves that you talk to are both members of the Cruciatus. Cruciatus.
Oh.
I haven't decided how I'm going to pronounce that yet. But the Cruciatus, which is the blacksmith and metalworker guild in Whitecap. Okay. And you guys talk shop for a little bit.
Cool. All right.
They both seem pretty well, one seems really kind of curious and nice and really kind of, you know, is really good at communication. The other one is a little bit more haughty and a little bit more not quite as talkative or friendly, but the one particularly is quite the conversationalist. So you have a nice little chat with the dwarves. After this, the hobnob section of the evening sort of passes by, then it gets into the dinner portion. The Duchess is announced, and she enters in with the Princess Katona, and they come up to, oh, you know what? I forgot I had a page for this. Prepare to switch pages.
Preparing.
Woo!
Carpet.
Oh, wait, I got to get your figures
Does
on
the
here.
carpet match the drapes?
You don't know. Let me throw some tokens on the board for you guys.
Yeah, see the drapes on the wall? They do kind of match.
Figure, and Lux. Although I don't really need the tokens on the board, but
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Here's some wall over here. I'm gonna hover. Of course, that's next to the high table. Eeh.
turn that down a little bit. And so then once the Duchess and the Princess are seated at the main table, everyone else sort of takes their seats. Your group is sitting kind of on the far end of one of the tables. Of one of the side tables, and I'm assuming you guys are all sitting together.
I would think so, yes.
And
Unless Gareth's gonna sit with his fancy friends.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
will.
can sit with your folks or with us.
No,
I'm sitting with you.
No judgment.
I'm gonna sit with I'm not sitting with the dwarves.
The Duchess, actually, I have a photo for her.
I sort of crouch on the floor, so I'm kind of sitting like a dog sits, so I'm the same height as everybody else in their chairs. But I don't stick out quite so much.
Oh, that's cute and sad at the same time. And the dinner consists of pork dumplings with sage and an assortment of onions and asparagus. So you guys are going to be smelling great when you leave here.
Can I roll to see if I have the gene that makes asparagus make my pee smell funny?
Sure.
All right. What kind of roll is that? Just a straight up?
Give me a percentage roll.
How do I?
If you go to
I
PC
mean,
Dice,
most people do have it, so.
Well, but that's only in real human world. This is a fantasy
Oh,
world,
right,
which
right,
could be
right, right.
completely different.
Could be. It could make some of us pee like glowing violet. That'd be fun.
so if you select your token, you'll get a PC Dice button option up at the top left-hand
Okay.
corner.
Yes.
And then the D100 is the percentage dice.
All right.
You do have that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna stank.
Excellent.
Excellent. And dinner proceeds pretty much as you would expect, and after the meal is complete, it moves on to the entertainment portion of the evening, where sort of everyone still stays seated, and the entertainers kind of come out into the center portion of the room to do their stuff. They have some fire dancers. No, I need to go to the GM info overlay, and I need to move this to the token layer so you can see a picture of fire dancers. And then after the fire dancers have completed, they have some swordmanship displays where soldiers sort of do some sparring.
I really like
and-
that part.
Oh, the painting on the top?
No, the sword fighting display. I like that. I like to sit up straight and really pay attention.
Oh.
Yep. He might even cheer a little bit.
Hurrah!
I occasionally sneak a mage hand in there to trip the person I don't like during their swordplay.
Now,
Is
Mage
Mage
Hand is
Hand
not
invisible?
it's not invisible,
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
so
I mean,
it
it's
would.
crowded.
It's not crowded. I mean, everyone is watching the guys fight. It's sort of cleared out in the center there,
All right.
so it's
I probably
basically
shouldn't do that then.
probably not a good idea.
Finny talks me out of it.
Yeah, Finney's like, it's the gin talking. Don't. It's.
So after the party, actually I jumped ahead a little bit,
The
but
after
so
party.
yeah, the entertainment is fine. Everyone is still seated, drinking. Things are getting a little bit looser, but not crazy or anything. These are people that do this all the time, so they manage to maintain a certain level of decorum. And then as the energy starts to wane, and then people start leaving, and a herald approaches you and says that they can show you to the exit. And throughout the dinner, the princess was sort of giving you the eye from time to time, and giving you a smile, and little waves from under the table and whatnot. Just your presence was acknowledged by the princess. At least the Duchess was pretty much in work mode, and she was regal and observant, but not overly talkative or anything like that. And yeah, so the reception concludes, and you exit the manor and start moving through the city. Where would you like to head?
So we don't meet with her at all? She doesn't talk to us?
No, the Duchess does not talk to you, and you do not meet her.
And
Seems like a
what about
waste
the
of crazy
princess? Was I ever able to catch her eye?
Oh, I just said actually that the princess was acknowledging you during the evening after they had come in for the dinner and the entertainment part. She would catch your eye from time to time and give you a little smile or a little wave. But yeah, so just the princess did take note of your presence and said hello as best as she was able to.
Are we able to talk to anybody and get any kind of information on what's going on here?
It's certainly possible. You had lots of opportunity to talk to people. Yeah.
What's up with the head on the wall? Could I have asked someone that?
What's up with the head on the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Who are you asking?
I guess just generally at dinner, is there conversation? I mean, I heard people discussing threat from the Northern Tribe. Could I have gotten more information on that?
It's possible, yeah.
All right, what would I roll
Yeah.
for that?
What sort of information were you looking for?
How serious the threat is? Have there been attacks or infiltrations?
How are you going to approach getting the information out of
I probably
people?
shouldn't be the one doing that. I'm not very charismatic.
Or you absolutely should be the one doing that. Is it just going to be just a general sort of
I guess I could talk to the. I doubt there's any other gnome people here.
There were.
So do the dwarves know? Because I speak Dwarvish.
Like, do they know who the person was whose head was on the pike?
No, do they know anything about the threat from the Northern Tribes?
Oh, Northern Tribes. Not really. It's the Northern Tribes are something that the entire city knows about because there's been, although outright war has not been declared with the Northern Tribes, there's definitely been sort of a push and pull situation where Terrigear gains a little bit of land and then they lose a little bit of land, but it's mostly just skirmishes and that sort of thing right now. But the incursions from the north have been increasing as of late, and so that's why there's some military from Delafran, for example, stationed here in Whitecap, and that's why their representatives are at this reception. And
Gareth,
so it's
can Gareth question someone about the head on the pike? He's a little more connected than we are.
yeah, if he wishes to, sure.
Yeah. Do I know any of the guild members that are more into gossip and that sort of thing?
Well, sure, you could pick out a
Swordsman?
person or two who
Good gossip. Yeah.
I pick out the person who always has, the tea on everyone.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and roll a your skill of choice that you want to use to try to get information out, whether it's persuasion or performance or intimidation or deception.
Probably gonna do persuasion on this one.
The you feel like you're in the zone, man. You're Mr. Charisma tonight, and you
Nice.
you do get a name. It is who you thought it was, or at least who Finney thought it was. It is Magath, also known as Magoth, and people don't know exactly what he was charged with, other than a sort of a general betrayal of the crown criminal charge. But he was beheaded rather unceremoniously the day before, and the only thing that was known about him was that he was on the guard over the last year, 8 or 9 months, and beyond that, they don't really know exactly what he did.
Is there a way I can kind of fish out if anyone has, or if this person or anyone else has heard any gossip about the princess going missing, or if that's just kind of a thing that only we know? But I don't want to, play my cards and kind of let them know that that's what I'm looking for.
You're going to be using another persuasion check. And what specific information are you trying to get? Like, if people, you just want to get a sense if people know about the disappearance?
Yes. Without saying like, "Hey, have you heard anything about her disappearance?"
Okay. Go ahead and make another persuasion check. You get a sense that people know about the princess's that the princess, she likes going off on her own from time to time. They think it's a horrible idea for her to do it, and they wish that she was a little bit more controlled. And they feel like this betrothal to the Duke from Delafran will kind of help that a bit once she's properly married, and she goes off to live with her new husband and starts having a family. That'll kind of help rein her in a little bit, because she's not, like, they don't see her as being out of control, as far as they think that she has potential. She's
What
not a
do we
lost
know
cause.
about what do we know about the Duke?
Not a whole lot. You know that he's the brother of the king. He lives in Delafran, and that the wedding is going to happen in Delafran, and outside of that, you don't know much.
Okay, so we don't know if he has any enemies, or because now
No.
I'm wondering if the kidnapping was like just kind of a crime of opportunity, or if she was targeted because of who she is, or targeted because of who the Duke is.
Right. You don't. Go ahead and give me one more persuasion check, just to see how your
Let's see, I'm sure I don't know
hobnobbing
any of that. I'm just
continues.
kind of right now talking out loud so the rest
If
of the
this
party
is
can hear my thoughts.
if this is a direction that you're trying to steer conversations that you're having,
Yeah.
you don't get a strong sense. I wonder why that one didn't roll 2d20.
Because the earlier ones I was doing through Roll20, and then I remember that the plugin you had me put for D&D Beyond,
Gotcha.
so I started doing that.
Gotcha.
So that's 100% user.
um, you don't get any sense that there's any suspicions of the Duke having any sort of ill intent towards this marriage.
Okay.
He's older, but that's not uncommon. I mean, he's 29. He's
Shoo. Does he have any teeth left?
um, so he is older, but that's certainly not uncommon for younger brides in this sort of situation. And it feels very it the wedding is generally supported. It's seen as a good thing, and there's no blatant suspicion of the Duke or what might happen as a result of this union.
When we saved the princess, did she tell us who her captors were?
They were the tribe was called the Padoga.
Okay.
They were just one of the northern tribes.
Okay.
The northern people in the territories to the north that have been sort of pushing back and forth against the borders of Terriger. That pushing has become more insistent as of late. More of them, greater numbers, that sort of thing, becoming a little bit more daring. So the only thing that isn't known is why they did it. You
But
don't
she
know
was
if
targeted, or she just was the wrong place at the wrong time and got captured, or they felt like they went for her.
that's one thing that it felt like to her that that they were there waiting for her.
Okay.
It wasn't just like, hey, we're walking along and oh my God, we're surprised someone's here. It was
Gotcha. Okay.
it seemed more like a planned thing.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think we.
Everyone happy with bellies full of pork dumplings?
Hmm.
And
And this.
the occasional lick of mead or whatever I've got in my drink that Lux got me. I try to surreptitiously, I tried to once or twice.
As you're moving through down the street, after you've left the manor, it's nighttime, dark, torches, lights from windows, sort of the distant sounds of the lakefront. Down an alley off to your right, you hear a crash of debris and what sounds like a struggle and a call for help.
All right.
All right, I think we should
I'd
check
like to
this out.
investigate. Yeah, I'll investigate that.
At this
Sounds
point, do we
interesting
have
to me.
any of our weapons?
You have anything larger than a dagger or a quarterstaff you would not have brought with you on this, so
Okay.
you would not have like your main long sword, unless, like I said,
Okay.
unless it was part of like some sort of ceremonial dress, like military uniform, that sort of thing.
So
Right,
I do
okay.
have my dagger, but not my scimitar.
I got my quarterstaff and my magic.
I had 2 magic rocks. I pick up a 3rd rock that look. Can our traveling order still be Thoradin and Gareth?
I got my pencil.
I really don't.
It seems to
know.
have gone black. Are you changing
Yeah,
our screen here?
I
Are
am
we in the
changing your
dark now?
screen.
I'm always in the
Ooh.
dark.
It's all zoomy. Is this a good time for me to take a bio break?
Sure. Does anyone need?
Okay.
Why don't we just take?
I mean,
we'll take a quick 5 or 10,
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Up deck.
and then we'll
Refresh some
we'll
things.
see what's happening.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Magnus? Look at you being a good boy.
I looked at the Bailey.
You being a good boy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, ouch. Oh, ouch. Ouch.
have returned.
Yay!
Yes, me too.
So just Melissa.
She'll be there in a second. She was microwaving foods.
Okay, I have returned.
All right, welcome back.
I'm ready to book shit up. Although I note that Lux is going to be pretty pissed if her fancy clothes get messed up.
Should I also assume that I'm not wearing my chainmail or carrying my shield, so my AC is going to be much, much lower than standard?
Oh, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of
Yeah.
that. Just sitting on.
Yeah, I went and disabled all my weapons and shields. Other than, would I have been able to bring a hand axe, or is that too big?
Being a dwarf, you could probably get away with having a hand axe on your belt. Yeah.
Okay,
Especially if it's handsomely made.
there you go. I brought my fancy one.
Your dress axe.
Yes,
Hey, baby, you want to hold my dress axe?
that's right.
So, based on the fact that my longsword +1 was had that fancy gem in it, would that count as ornamental, or would I still not be able to wear
you-
that?
Are
That
you in
would
a
count.
uniform?
I would say that it counted.
Okay.
I should
Yeah.
assume my new shield's back in my room, though.
You probably were not wearing your shield.
Okay. I try and blend in with the shadows a little then.
Okay. So you see down this alleyway, and there are a couple of shop and storefronts, assortment of different crates and burlap sacks and along the walls, and down this alleyway to the right hand side of it, right around here. You see a man sitting on a crate, sort of leaned back, one foot sort of flipping kind of lazily back and forth up into the air. And he's looking this direction, down the alleyway in front of him.
You say lazily, so he does not look alarmed or anything like that, just checking it out?
Yes.
Okay, but he's looking in the direction of the noise.
Correct.
Okay.
And he's down towards the numbers? Okay.
Numbers?
Our cards are inspiration in that.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you not see him?
No.
He's at the T
Oh,
intersection.
she's not around the corner, so she can't
Yeah,
see
I'm
him.
kind of hanging back, so I can't see him.
Yeah.
All right, so Thoradin, what would you like to do? Aaron, that's you.
Do we have Aaron?
Oh, I'm talking. I'm just mutated. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, mutated.
yeah.
How unfortunate.
Yeah, really. So, yeah. So obviously we heard something. So I'm trying to pay attention, but I'm actually, I'm moving at a steady pace, down towards, I'm trying to make my way to like around in there, but I'm just moving, slowly walking, trying to be observant of what's happening. Watching this guy, because if he seems not alarmed to me, then either he's completely clueless or everything's okay, or he's approving of what's happening around the corner. So I'm trying to just kind of keep an eye on him.
Okay.
So
And
anyway, you can say I moved up a little bit. Yeah, I didn't know how far to take it. So
And when Thoradin gets to this point, is the rest of the group doing? Are you keeping up with them? Are you hanging
I'm
back?
kind of hanging back.
I'm kind of keeping up.
Hanging back's more my MO.
Finny, what about you?
I'm right behind Gareth. I wouldn't say right behind. I'm about 10 feet behind Gareth.
Okay.
Kind of peek around
And
the corner.
I have my magic stones at the ready. But I'm trying to look casual. My fur's all casual like.
When you get to when Thoradin advances to where he is right now, the guy sitting on the crate kind of slowly looks to his left towards you guys and says, "It's about time," and kind of swings up off of the crate onto the ground. At about the same time that he does that, from in front of you and also behind you,
My screen has
some
gone all
additional
wonky.
men
Compass.
come out from around the corners. And this man here calls out in the same fashion for help that you had heard from the street, with sort of a smarmy, smartass look on his face. And they all draw a variety of weapons. I need you to roll initiative, or I'm going to roll initiative for you.
Side of my lip goes up.
Because now it's a fight.
Yay! Did you kind of just randomly do that for us?
I did.
Okay.
Oh, you did? You rolled for
Yeah.
us?
Well,
Well,
roll
dude,
20
okay.
rolled for you. I just clicked a button.
We're in opposite order there? That sucks. Okay.
Well, I'm kind of hanging back here, so I could
was gonna say
see
we
that
could
I saw
hold
the.
action.
I could have seen the thugs coming up from behind.
Yes,
If
you
I'm-
definitely saw them.
I am not into that whole rushing in shit. It's not my style.
And it is Lux's turn. What would you like to do?
If I throw my bag of tricks, does that count as my action? Or
Using...
does my bag...
You don't want to throw the whole bag. You just reach in and take an animal out of it. You just throw your
can
bag
take-
to them. Take it!
No, like, yeah. So that's something that I use 3 times and then it recharges, right? I don't lose it.
Correct.
Okay. Does it count as an action to throw the bag of tricks now, or is that a bonus action?
To use the... And do you have it in your equipment? Let's see. Where are you? Lux. Equipment. Bag of tricks. Send this information to roll 20. Whoa. Alright, that was not formatted well. Use an action, so it's considered an action to use the bag.
Do I... And we have the gray one, right? So that's the first.
Correct.
Do I have... is talking to them?
You
is
can-
talking to them an action?
You can say a quick phrase for free. Anything longer than that would be considered your action, yeah.
I was gonna yell, do they really want to do this?
Oh, we really want to do this.
Alright, well, I'm gonna hold off on my
Really,
bag
really, really want to do this?
We really, 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 really want to do this. 5
Alright, so I'm
reallys.
just... since they really seem really, 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 really stupid, I'm gonna firebolt that bandit and then take a step back to kind of hide myself a little bit
Alright,
better. So
the
we'll
bandit
start-
behind, coming from behind?
Yeah.
Okay. The firebolt goes slightly wide and to the left, and it spirals back into a stone wall back there and just sort of kind of bursts into sparks and then fizzles out.
He's had his warning.
Warning shot across the
Excellent.
Which
bow.
is a shame because I rolled a 10 for damage.
So that's a really good damage roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
Either of your inspiration cards good for a reroll of any kind or anything you can use to help? Mistaken identity
Thanks for the
and
inspiration card reminder.
leadership. No, neither one of them will help you in this instance. All right, so unfortunately that missed, and you're going to pretty much stay in that same square.
Well, I'm kind of. Why is this inspiration thing still up?
Wait,
I'm
do we
kind of
already see the
in the
bandits
shadows
behind
here.
us? Oh shit.
So they can probably see me, but the other ones can't. Or I
Gotcha.
can see them and I can't see the others. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of laying low and making myself a small target. So I'm not, yeah.
You're not in a direct line of sight with the ones in front.
I imagine that everyone else knows they're back there now that I've basically lit the alleyway up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can glance back and they see the two coming around the corner and then see your firebolt go screaming past into the wall.
I thought you were just aiming at a cat or something.
As one does.
All right, so the bandit up front just strides with a bit of cockiness up towards Thornton and says, "Look, just hand over anything you got and no one needs to get hurt." And at the same time, he throws a punch at you.
Okay.
He does have a weapon, but he's holding it in his offhand right now, so he's not actually swinging his sword.
Okay. So he's just throwing a punch.
Yeah, he's just gonna do an unarmed attack.
Yeah. All right.
Dummy.
Yeah. I'm gonna say. What did he say? So no one gets hurt, and I say I'm fine if you get hurt.
I'm but fine with a little pain.
And I'm gonna work at dodging or sucking up his hit.
All right, let's see how he
Now, do I get
rolls.
he moved into my space? Does that give me attack of opportunity or anything like that? Is that how that
No,
works?
that's only if someone leaves your
Leaves my area. Okay.
right.
They have to be running away.
Okay. I
And
gotcha.
yeah, they have to not be using full defense, and you have to have a reaction available to be able to do an attack of opportunity.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So he rolled a 14. Now, what is your AC without your? Actually, no, you should be fine. You're
yeah,
17.
I'm a 17 without my shield. Yes.
All right, so you easily just sort of duck under his swing,
Mm-hmm.
and it just connects with nothing but air.
Yeah.
This other bandit moves up to help his buddy, and he is also going to take a swing.
All right.
And he also missed with a
Yeah, and I'm
13.
gonna
So you ducked and then
I'm a-
sidestepped.
Yeah, I'm gonna crick my neck to the side and just laugh.
Nice.
I'm just gonna like twitch, one ear to my shoulder, and look at him and laugh.
Crack, crack. Yep.
All right, Finney, you're up.
Get him, Finny.
All right. Let's see. Are these squares 5 or 10?
5.
Okay. I'm going to cast entanglement on these two behind us.
Excellent.
All right. Let me see if I got an icon for that.
Oh.
Ooh, there's an animated one, but it costs money. Darn it. Looks sweet, though. Let's see. Nope, I'll just have to use one of mine. So let's see. My library. Oh, wait, I'm in the whole wrong thing. I want to go here. Spells. And what's the area of effect for the
20
entangle?
square feet. Oh no, 20-foot square. Well, if it's 20 by 20, that's different than 20 square feet.
Maybe 4x4.
Thanks.
That-
Sorry,
That'd
I
be
was talking
20-foot
Lily.
square, right?
1, 2. Yeah, that's be
Yeah.
20
I mean,
foot square.
maybe
yes.
a little, yeah, right about there.
You want to put it there? Is that all right?
That's perfect.
Let me set this to the map layer. All right, and so they need to make
Is it strength, I think?
strength saving throw.
I'm
So let's
learning.
start
I
with the
love it.
bandit. Strength save. He got a 16. So what is your DC?
Mine.
On your spells in D&D Beyond, up at the top, it'll say what your save DC is.
13.
13,
Darn it.
okay. So the bandit made his roll. And the thug, let's see how he does.
Damn.
Nope, he only got a 3.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at the 18 there.
So the thug is entangled. And that is, he is restrained. So let me put a restrained status on him. Restrained. Alright, so he is marked. And
so
so
the bandit only has difficult terrain. That's all that's going on with him.
okay. And that is not a concentration, and it lasts for one. Oh, it is concentration up to 1 minute.
Yep.
So Finney, you are concentrating. So I'm going to put a marker on you to show that you're
Okay.
concentrating on a spell.
All right. And I'm going to just move over to the side a little bit between Lux and the advancing bandits.
Okay. All right. Is that it for you?
Yep. I got my stones in one hand and my dagger in the other. Which
Oh, why did it put
sounds
those in?
pretty obscene.
Yeah, that sounds. No.
That sounds
Sure.
about right to
Okay.
me.
Sure.
I should be down a dark alley, I think.
Why are you bubbling?
That's Alex probably
why?
bubbling.
Okay.
Oh, that.
Yeah. That's me concentrating.
That's
I'm
her
concentrating so hard.
Okay.
That bubbles are coming out of me.
That's the asparagus.
Nice.
Yep. that's
Come into
right.
play.
Okay, my turn.
Yes, Gareth, you're up.
And I'm gonna come up here, and I guess I'm gonna hit this boy right here as hard as I can with my long sword.
Oh, he's going for the kill. Are you going for a kill or subdual?
I'm gonna try to knock him out with it.
Okay. As soon as I remember how to do it, I'm going to set up Roll20 to where when you make an attack, you'll select the target, and then when you make the roll, it'll tell you automatically whether it was a hit or a miss. And it'll automatically take the damage points off of the thing that you attacked. I don't have it set right now. That was a thing that was broken over the last 2 years, but I need to fix it. So that's a big hit.
17 to hit,
Yeah.
Yep,
and I did it. Actually, I guess I could be doing it two-handed if I don't have a shield.
that's true. So you switch into 2 hands.
I mean that lets me hit. Why is the slashing and two-handed damage the same on that?
Because what you rolled on both equals 12.
Oh, okay.
There are 2
So it
different
doesn't
rolls.
Okay. Yeah.
You could potentially do more damage two-handed. You just made the
Right.
same amount of damage this particular attack.
Right. I'm trying. Yeah.
In this instance, though, it doesn't matter much because it was enough to completely knock him unconscious. So
Okay.
you connect right with the side of his head with the pommel of your sword, and he just spins and collapses onto the ground.
Does he have a shield or anything that I could take?
He does not have a shield. He was carrying a scimitar, and he has a light crossbow at his belt.
Okay.
Grab him.
I can't. It's not my turn. Or that would be an action to grab them, right?
It would be, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
So,
like
yeah.
Finn should grab that scimitar then. She wanted one anyhow.
If she could run up and get it, yeah. And then I'm just gonna kind of like flex a little bit.
Why are you spewing green stuff out? Is it because of the green dot I put on you? Let's change it to blue
Is
to
she
see what
poisoned or
happens.
something? Is that what it thinks?
No, blue made it stop. Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it just automatically applied it with the green dot. Okay, so he's unconscious, dropped his weapons, and Gareth, is that it for you?
I think that's all I can do. I'm not gonna move away because I don't want other bandit to get an attack of opportunity.
All right. So the thug trapped in the entangle is up. He is going to he takes out a crossbow and he aims it at Finney, who just cast the spell on them, with an enraged look on his face.
Wait, if he's restrained, he can actually use a crossbow?
Yeah, he just can't move.
Hmm.
His
So
movement
arms
is
aren't
reduced to
restrained by the
0.
entanglement?
Not by this particular spell. No, that's not part of the effects.
Doesn't he
Anyone
have
who is
like
entangled.
disadvantage on the attack though?
I don't think so.
Creatures
Or be
attack rolls have
restrained.
disadvantage.
Where do you
Yeah,
see
I thought
that?
he had to roll.
Hold on,
to roll
hold on, slow down,
survival.
slow down. Take your foot off the gas. It's all good. So I'm reading the description. A creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends. And restrained. A creature's speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. Creatures' attack rolls have disadvantage. Yep, right there. Okay. And
Although that doesn't matter 'cause
disadvantage
it's still the same, but
disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Yeah, so that's yeah. So either way, it was a miss, but yeah, he found it. It was a struggle to try to pull his arms up with the crossbow because of the vines pulling on him, but he managed to get a shot off. But it just went crazy wild, like almost straight up into the air over the rooftop of the house that you're standing under. And the bandit next to him, see, that would be 10, 20. He kind of kicks and pushes his way through the vines and works his way to that position, and he takes out his light crossbow and also shoots at Finney. It's a Finney fest.
woo woo.
And I'm pretty sure that was a hit.
I think you're probably right.
16, normally 11. So the bolt connects with
Yeah, my
Finney,
armor's only 11.
and it does 1d8 plus 1.
Ugh.
So let's see, 8. Actually, I'll use the player's dice for this. 8. 4 plus 1 is 5. So 5 points of damage. I'll go ahead and take it off of your token.
Thanks so much.
Is it blood
Ooh,
just
I'm
spurting out of you?
doubting blood. Wow. Nice
You're-
effect there.
You're nearly half dead now, so
I like to think of it as half
Otherwise I'll
alive.
show you.
Don't worry, we have healing potions available now.
Thank goodness.
down at the other end of the alleyway, the thug, the more brutish thug, comes around, also holding a heavy crossbow, and he levels it at Gareth and takes a shot. And pretty sure that's a hit.
That's gonna hit. I have no armor or shield.
So the bolt
Basically
thunks
naked.
into you.
I am basically naked.
Misses 1d10 damage.
Wow.
And that's a solid hit. So that was 8 points.
Okay.
Oof.
and then he sort of tosses the crossbow to the side, and you see him pull a mace off of his belt and sort of heft it up, and gives you one of the, raises his hand and looks at you, and then tells you to come forward, one of those Matrix things.
Now, this mace you speak of, that's what grows on the outside of nutmeg, right? He's going to season him?
No. This is the
No,
like
I'm
the
kidding, I'm
the
kidding.
canister
Honey, I'm kidding.
that police carry, the can of the
Mace, right.
irritant. Yeah.
Yes, capsaicin.
All right, Thoradin, it's back to you. Or actually,
right.
it's to you because you haven't had a chance to go yet. So.
Right. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna take out my hand axe and hit the guy right here in front of me. Actually, I want to rage. So I probably gotta tell you that first.
I would like to rage.
So that guy is the machine.
All right, Thoradin is raging now.
Oh, that's terrible. I love it.
There's just a spew of rage coming out of your butt.
I see that.
Just a fountain of rage just spraying out of you.
So
That's
now
rage? That looks a lot like blood.
The two are very closely entwined.
Hey, Lily, now you can look at this one.
Once a month, I can relate to that.
Oh,
You rage out the other direction.
I can't see what is going on.
Right here. That's his
Ah,
character. and
Lily.
that's-
All right. So now I just need to roll to attack.
Yes. Yeah, you can do that from D&D Beyond. Perfect. Oh, crit.
That's what I'm talking
Beautiful.
about.
And you
Nice.
and you
Freaking
thought
up.
Smash him.
you wasted your 20-sided.
Oh, I'm gonna throw this guy like I did that dog.
So the dog was your fault. Mm-hmm.
What? There was a dog on my neck. Okay, I wasn't feeling very humane. Besides, that's not my character. He's rage. He
You
wants
can't
to
be held
fight.
accountable for that.
He wants to fight.
And the hand axes are slashing weapons, right?
Let's see here. Affirmative.
No, we don't accept that. I just wanted to see what that would do. All right, so you did a total of 9 points of damage. Your crit roll wasn't great. It was only a 2, so that 7 plus 2 is 9.
That's it. And I mean, I just want to make sure I'm understanding this right. So my rage gives my melee damage +2, right, to strength weapons.
Let's see.
I think that's what that says.
You're probably right, but let me pull it up just to confirm.
See if I can do this. There you go. I posted it on the side like you taught me. There's
Perfect. Enter a rage as a bonus action. Raging, you follow benefits. Advantage on strength checks, strength saving throws, melee, bonus damage roll, resistance. Lasts for 1 minute. Okay, so you gain a bonus to the damage roll, and that's a +2. So that was 11 points, because I don't think it added that +2 in.
Okay.
So that was enough.
Yeah, baby.
Kapow.
So you just swing your axe around and you catch him in the side of the neck, and he just chokes and falls, and you sort of yoink the axe out, and he falls sort of convulsing and bleeding onto the ground.
And now I look to the thug behind him, and I motion for him to come to me.
No, you. And for the next hour and a half, you two are just standing there motioning to each other.
Just waving. No, you come here. No, you come here.
No, you. After you. After you.
Group thought: Do I waste a bag of tricks drop, or do I try and fireball his face again?
So bag of tricks you can use, what, 3 times per day?
Yeah,
It's nighttime.
but then I
think
can't. Then I can't attack him.
I don't know.
How you feeling? How you feeling about things in this fight so far?
Are you
I'm
feeling
just-
lucky.
Now that
I just want group input because it's our bag of tricks.
well, since the thug is restrained, you're gonna have advantage if you had firebolt his ass.
That's true, but the bandit's closer to me.
That's also true.
All right, let's try and firebolt. How long does your enchantment of entanglement work, Heidi?
I think it's a
It works for a minute.
All right, so he'll be restrained for a while.
Yeah.
Unless he
Alright,
breaks
wants to
free.
break free.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Right.
gets to try that each time.
Yes,
He can
each round.
try it if he wants to.
Or shoot with his crossbow, apparently. So.
That's true. He has a crossbow. He's So we'll hold off on the bag of tricks this time because I think it's more useful for me to actually do something. We have 2 of them out of the game already, right?
Correct.
Yep.
So we're down to how many? I can't see everyone. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, right.
You can zoom out in the top right-hand corner. There's a zoom tool, so you can.
Yeah, but my vision,
But it's dark because she's not around the corner.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. So
there's
you
one
know,
in
So you
each
wouldn't know.
direction Left. Or, no,
You-
2 to the
Yeah.
north and 1 to the south.
yeah, you don't
Alright,
know
so we're down to
exactly
3.
what the situation is down the alley to the south. All you know is that the bandit is approaching, and the thug is entangled back there.
Yeah, you probably feel like it's not going so well because your 2 guys are still there. We've knocked
Yeah.
out 2/3 of ours, but you probably don't see that.
I still think I'd rather take an assault chance. So I'm gonna try the thug since he has disadvantage anyhow. So that means I have advantage.
You get
I firebolt him?
advantage on attacks against him. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try and firebolt him then, which should give me advantage on him.
Mm-hmm.
Fire him up.
Then go ahead and roll a second time.
16 should have hit, didn't it?
Yeah, but you might have gotten a crit, so you want to make sure you roll both your attacks. Both your rolls. And there's probably a way to tell D20 to roll with advantage. I just don't know what that is off the top of my head, but we'll figure that
All
out
right,
for
so
next
we'll
time.
go with the 16 for 6 damage.
That sounds right. So the thug back there takes 6 points of damage. Your firebolt strikes him, and he grunts out with pain. A little bit of singeing, light seasoning. And are you going to move, or are you going to hold your position?
I'm gonna continue kind of crouched down here. I should be fairly out of sight still.
Okay. Yeah,
He's
he is dead.
Did I burn him alive?
No.
Oh, okay. I heard he dead. That's why. Oh, that
Well,
bandit.
it's the bandit's
Yeah.
turn, but the bandits are dead or knocked out.
And now it's Finney's turn.
All right. So I whip around my magic stone to hit that guy.
All right.
do that Here. Now I don't have any of my weapons here. Roll 20. So do I just need
No,
to
just do it.
hit-
Do everything from D&D Beyond.
Yeah, we installed that last time.
Oh God, that's right. I'm sorry, you guys.
It's okay.
You'll forgive it this one time.
Just this once.
And that's a bonus action with the magic stone, so you can still do something else too.
So I can magic stone and then run up and stab him if I need to.
If you wanna get that
yes.
close. You could try and entangle
yes,
his
you could.
ass too.
I can't re-entangle somebody unless I previous.
Oh, okay.
concentration.
Oh yeah,
So
concentration.
I'm hitting this and it's popping up with something here. It says virtual tabletop not found.
Did you open it up in a different browser?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be in the same browser. So open up D&D Beyond in Firefox, since
yeah.
Roll20 is open in
Gotcha.
Firefox.
Okay. Sorry,
So,
everybody.
Aaron, that answered the question from yesterday. I didn't know if cross-browser compatibility was in effect or not.
Yep, you were right.
Since it's not been previously opened here, I may.
So now the bandit in
Yeah, I
front
do.
of Gareth is knocked out, right? But the one in front of me is dead,
Correct.
right? Okay.
Dying, yeah.
Or yeah, on the way to death.
Do you happen to know which email address I use for this account, honey?
Yes, I'll be right there. Going off mic for a second.
Just tell me if it's Anderson Porter or Lynn Porter.
He's up already.
Oh. I mean, I know what the password is. It's not like yours. Okay, thank you. I doubt it's that. Thank you. Alright, you've been so helpful. It's a good thing you're good looking. I know. Nope.
I logged into it last week, so it should be still have your address. I haven't been
It didn't. It doesn't in. It doesn't in. It has it on Google, but it doesn't have it on Firefox.
Because I used Firefox last week or the last time I played.
All right. Well, it doesn't know that one or that email address. So. I mean, or that password. Let me just do it manually, and then I'll figure this out.
No. Let me see your laptop.
Okay. You mean I just unplug everything in here?
It's already unplugged.
I mean, all these things.
The power goes down really quick on that laptop, so
Yes, I keep plugging it in. Trust me. Every time I shift it. Are you taking this with you, or are you?
I'm plugging the power in so it doesn't die, and then I'm taking it, and it's very hot.
Yes, it is very hot.
So are you, Heidi.
Thank you, honey.
Do you want the mouse, or are you fine with the touchpad?
I use the mouse.
Oh, you do have a mouse. Can I see
Yes.
it?
Yes, you may. I really would be happy if we just do it manually.
Either fix it now or fix it the next round.
Working on stuff so that no one's sitting around here waiting for me to fix it.
This is fine. Oh, it has to be Google, so it's not Stone.
Is it raining yet?
Yeah, it was starting to a little bit
Okay.
when we were up getting dinner.
Hot. That has to be it.
Yeah, my pony's naked right now. He's gonna be a mud pit.
Yep.
I'm gonna leave him naked overnight and then bathe him tomorrow.
That's what you do to me.
Mm-hmm.
The password was changed 8 months ago. So it's not 1163.
It is, but it might have an exclamation. But it's not. I already.
You
tried
might want to
that.
mute yourselves.
It has to
Jacob said
be
you
Heidi
might wanna
Lynn
mute me.
Porter. Yeah. It's just take your heads off.
Yeah, that's not going to make the microphone not work. There.
Oh my god, I love them. It's so fantastically dysfunctional.
Fantastically dysfunctional.
The cybersecurity person is cringing hearing any part of passwords.
I just muted them.
This has a mic on it.
I think I just muted them.
I also enjoy how much blood is still pouring out of your character.
That's my rage.
Like, if I click away and click back, I think it stores up all the blood. So then, yeah.
I don't know why
If I
we
switch
can't
tabs and
has to
switch
be
back.
Heidi
All right, I need to sneak out just to see this. Oh yeah, look at that.
So it could be Heidi Anderson for
It's not. I created it, so it would not be Heidi Anderson. Or did you create your D&D Beyond account? I did.
You just go. You do you. I'm not even going to get in the way. I'm gonna stay
Get out
over
of my
here.
way, I'm asking.
You did not ask for my help. You were telling me that I
Okay.
Doobie doobie doo.
Wanted to hear.
am such a meanie today.
Because you're being mean.
Your face is mean.
Here, and you're just fighting me. It's like I have to punch through this wall and punch through this wall to finally help you and give
Does
you
anybody have a cold hose?
I love you, but these guys are here to play. Why don't
Have
you
a
just
what?
let me answer that ball?
Because they don't care if we take a second to get your character sheet working for the game that we're playing. We need the sheet working so we can play.
Right. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I'm just saying there might be a better way to do it.
You sound like you're.
No, I think the sheet should be working, but it's something I could be working on while the gameplay continued, so they're not just sitting there twiddling and wasting time.
Okay, I figured out how to mute them.
Were they not muted for you?
Getting
Uh,
this stuff
they were
working.
not.
Oh, so because I muted her and I immediately stopped hearing her. So I wonder
Yeah,
if it's just muted just for me.
That's just for you. It was getting uncomfortable.
Oh, well, I wasn't hearing any of that. Okay.
Look, no one's getting paid to do this.
And apparently, if I have my Discord thing full screen, I can't mute them. So I had to unfull screen it so I could see everything, and then I could mute them.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know that was around your leg. There you go. Okay.
All right, we got it working.
Yay!
All right.
Unmute all.
I
Perfect.
unmuted. Yes.
It doesn't seem to be linked.
Be right back.
Hey Jacob, I got a question. So I have a weapon that I can throw, and there's 2 numbers in my range.
Yes.
When I hit the emblem.
So I think if you're less than the first number, it's a normal roll. If it's between the first and second number, you have to roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay.
If it's past the third, it's too far.
Gotcha. So you can't go over the highest number. If it's between the 2, then it's disadvantage.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So it's probably what, like 63-20 or something?
It's 20 and 60.
Okay.
So if
Yeah,
I'm
so if it's
up to
less than-
20, no disadvantage. If it's between 20 and 60, disadvantage, and I can't go over 60.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And now I'm going to look up to make sure I said the right thing. Yes.
There you go. Should be working now.
Thank you.
So what kind of weapon do you have that you can throw?
It's actually the same hand axe that I can hit with. I can actually throw it.
Oh, nice.
So I'm just
I'm
trying to
back.
think, before I get another crossbow, hit by somebody, maybe I can just do that. Anyways, I'm just
We
throwing
could
it
also potentially just grab the weapons off the guys in front of us, even though that would take an action.
right.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's not good.
Finny chucks one of her magic stones at the approaching bandit, but it does not hit. He sort of sidesteps the throw, and it goes past him. He was in bullet time, like totally did the Neo thing, and kind of binks off of the wall behind him. So that was a bonus action, so you still have an action and a movement that you can do.
Okay, I'm gonna run up and oh god, this is the worst idea ever. Try to stab.
At least you recognize that.
Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be so bad.
I thought Magic Stone was an action.
It says it's a bonus action.
I thought that was
Yep.
making the stones magic.
No, it's here. It's listed here underneath bonus actions.
Oh wait, no, you might be right. Casting time, 1 bonus action. So yeah, it might just be a regular attack for the for actually tossing them. So you just saved your own life, or Jacob saved your life.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Throwing the magic stone is an action, so you could still
Then why isn't it
move
listed underneath actions?
because casting it is a bonus action. So when you cast magic stone to make magic stones, that's a bonus action, and then you can use your action to throw a stone.
Pumping it full of magic is a bonus, but actually using it is an action.
And yet I roll it from underneath bonus. Okay, I'll just accept it and move.
For that's when you're
Alright, then.
casting it, yeah, not for the actual attack.
In that
It
case,
should.
I'll just step back a little. Yay.
All right.
So did you attack with that stone?
I had already and it would failed miserably.
All right, Gareth, you're up.
All right, I kind of turn to Thoradin and say, should I go up and attack this thug?
I just tell you that I'll take him, and you can help the others.
Okay, let me see. 1, 2. So I can probably get to the bandit that's back behind us.
Okay.
Correct?
What's your movement?
There's a way to... I can't remember how to do an arrow. Let's see. That's not control. It's not shift. Oops.
Okay, so I want to hit him with my longsword. In a non-murdery way.
Okay. I see you moving there, Lux.
Tekin.
That was a hit.
Okay.
So he swings his scimitar at you, and you just sort of block it, and then bring your pommel up and catch him on the underside of the jaw.
Okay.
And doing 7 points of damage.
All right. And then I'm going to action surge to hit him again.
All right. That was also a hit.
Okay.
Big hit.
Sweet.
All right.
I'm gonna call you Hitty McHitterson.
Still doing
Then
it
I-
two-handed?
Yes. That's how I got to do my longsword. And
All
then
right.
I am going to use a bonus action to do a short or a second wind to regain some hit points.
To do a short rest.
To do a second wind.
And
So that's a 1d10 plus 2.
all right, go ahead and roll it.
So 3 plus 2, I regain 5 hit points.
All right, you're back up to
Did
17.
you put those in? Okay, cool.
I did.
And then I think that's all I want to do. Or can do, or will do.
All right, so the guy that's entangled sees Gareth just come from around the corner and just completely demolish his guy. And so he reloads and takes a shot at Gareth with his crossbow.
Still disadvantage, right? He's still entangled.
Correct. And it's a good thing, too, because that would have hit.
That's a good disadvantage. That hurts
With-
a lot less.
That would have been a crit. So the he's not able to get his arm into the right position because of the vines, and the bolt just completely misses Gareth. And this guy sleeps wonderfully and has very pleasant dreams about a dog that he had when he was a kid.
Aw, Flufferkins.
This guy hefts up his mace and growls a bit and says, "All right, let's do this, Lunga," and approaches the dwarf and swings his mace. First hit attack looks like it hits. 17? Or is that a miss? Your AC is 17, isn't it?
My AC is 17. Yeah.
All right,
What
so
happened
that
with ties?
ties go to the defender, I think. Jacob, confirm that.
I think ties go to whoever is rolling.
So ties go to the attacker.
Whoever is rolling.
Right.
So if he were
Who
doing
is
a
the
dex
attacker?
saving throw, tie would go to whoever's rolling. Because it's not always defender, it's not always attacker. Because in an attack, it goes to the attacker. If it's a saving throw, it would go to the person saving.
Yeah, it says roller wins ties.
So let's see here. I also get a +2 to resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
So that gives you half damage whenever you take those damage types.
Okay.
So his first attack was a hit, and then he swings and hits a second time, or swings a second time. I don't know if he hits yet. And that one misses. So he attacks twice, and he hits with the first one. And that is 1d6 plus 2 damage. D6. So it would have been 6, but you only take 3 because of your rage. And I'll take that off of your token.
How come all of my points are back? Oh, because it's tied into my other thing now?
It's tied into D&D Beyond. Yeah, did you make a change
Yeah,
there?
okay, I'll take them off of there. Was it 5 or 7 points of damage?
You were at 10. I'll go ahead and do it in roll 20. You were at
Okay.
at 10 of 15. And Thoradin, it was hard to see the blood from the wound mixed in with the blood from your rage, but I applied it to you. And now it is your turn, Thoradin.
All right. I will be hitting this guy with my hand axe again.
All right.
Here we go.
I'd say that's a hit.
I say that's good stuff.
For 6 points of damage, so you slice him across one of his arms.
And is that including my +2 for damage for raging?
I am including the +2, so that's 8 total.
Okay.
And he is wounded, but still very much in a fighting spirit.
Okay.
And would you like to move or do anything else? Any bonus actions, or are you done?
Let me see. Bonus actions. Nope. I'll just stand my ground.
All right. Lux, we're back to you.
All right, I'm gonna fireball that entangled thug again.
All right. Just
I duck out of the way.
pewing.
Do I need to roll again since I have advantage?
To see if you get a crit or not, yeah.
First one was better, 6
Not
damage.
a crit. 6 damage, peppered with another firebolt. All right, and he is a bit more wounded now. With the enemy tokens, the color starts when they are at 50% or less. So you know once the color shifts, you know he's at least at half damage. And then it gets progressively more and more red as they get closer to death. All right, are you going to move or you hold your position there?
I'm pretty good here. I like my fancy clothes, so I'd rather they didn't get any holes in them.
All right. All right, Finny.
I have faith in
Alright.
my squad.
Once again, I cast a magic stone at this entangled thug.
All right, and you get advantage on that roll.
Okay, is there a way for me to do that from in here?
You just have to,
It doesn't.
there might be, but I don't know what it is, so you just have to make the same attack twice, and we'll just use whichever one is better.
Okay. I like the 4 and the 5. That makes me happy.
Yeah, this looks good.
That, not so much.
All right, so 22 is definitely a hit, and you did 7 points of damage, so that stone just clocks him right in the side of the head.
I go. I make a little woof noise.
A little
I'm
huff.
happy about that.
All right, and would you like to move, or are you going to stay there?
I'm gonna stay right where I am.
How does entangle bother our other friends?
What do you mean?
Our other movements? What do you
Yeah, like if friendly parties wanted to run at that bad guy.
We would also be moving over rough terrain, so your movement would... Can I take a bonus action and pick up 2 more stones? No, I can't. Can I pick them up and charm them as my bonus?
You probably carry a collection of loose stones with you.
Okay.
So I imagine
Alright.
that you could just pull a couple more out and
Okay.
throw a magic stone on them.
touch him. Okay. All right. Thank you. I do that.
One to 3 pebbles. So
I
I
have
guess
one
you're doing
left
3
right
more.
now, so I take 2 more out and magic them up.
All right. Okay, Gareth.
So I can get up there and hit that thug up top, right? Even though it's rough terrain.
5, 10, 20, 30. You can just make it to him with
So I
your
can make it
movement of
here.
30. Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to make it there, and I'm going to hit him as hard as I can
All right.
with my long sword, and I have advantage.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can. Wait. Wait.
Waiting.
On bated breath.
Okay. I just needed to verify something. Yep. You go ahead.
Okay.
Wait for it.
So I'm going to actually roll this one and roll 20 because that's going to roll 2, so that's automatically going to do advantage.
This is true.
$14 hit.
14 hits.
Okay. And here comes some damage.
Excellent.
So 3 points.
Was that 12 plus 3?
No,
Is
that's
that-
the first column is the one-handed and the second column is two-handed, isn't it?
I did
that's
this
the
through roll
1d10.
20 and not through D&D Beyond.
Right. So that should actually be 1d10 plus whatever your... Because I don't know if I have all of your bonuses and everything put into roll 20.
Okay.
But let me check
Oh,
out
I
your
get
D&D
now.
Beyond sheet. So it should be 1d10 plus 4, so that should be a 7.
So that's a 7? Okay, I see
Yeah.
now. Yeah, if I highlight it, it shows me that.
Okay.
Okay, so 7 points of damage.
All right. You clobber him across the head. He's still awake and conscious and fighting, though very bloody and not feeling great about his life choices.
Okay.
And he tosses his crossbow aside, takes out his mace, and attempts to hit you with it with disadvantage. Twice.
He gets 2 attacks.
He does. He gets
So
2
that
attacks.
second one's going to hit.
2 attacks around, and yep, he got a 19. And damage is, I think, 1d6 plus 2. Yep. 1d6 plus 2. Find the 6-sided.
It's right there. Ouch.
Oh, and he maxed out, so 8 points of damage to Gareth. So he catches you right in the rib cage. And
Anybody in my party want to actually help fight this guy?
I've been throwing fireballs at him. I don't know what you want from
now.
me. I've literally attacked him every chance I've gotten.
He's nearly dead.
You've attacked at him.
I've hit
They're
him
trying
twice.
to scare him off. It's intimidation.
All right. I'll be
Attack
okay.
at him is what I do. Don't make me miss with my fireball next time.
All right, Thoradin, your opponent also is going to attack you with a series of swings from his mace. First one is a 10. I think that's a miss.
That is a miss.
Second one is a nice... Oops. There were 3, actually. Where were there 3 there? So the second one's a 19, and that one is a hit.
Okay.
So 1d6 plus 2. So 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Got it applied. So you're down to 20. And he mutters something under his breath about he remembers when he once killed a Draklanar for looking at him wrong, and he's going to enjoy this next time.
All right.
And it's now your turn.
All right. And so while I'm attacking, I tell him there will be no more next times.
And he looks disappointed.
So.
Oh, really? Man.
Oh, nerds.
So
I was looking forward to this.
I just realized that I have 2 weapon fighting and that I have 2 axes on me. So do I get to? I just realized this. So I can attack him twice. Is that right?
The second attack. Let me look up 2 weapon fighting real quick.
Like the second one doesn't get the proficiency bonus or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. Let's see.
You have to ask him a question.
You don't have 2 weapon fighting, you have dueling. Oh wait, this is Gareth. Never mind. Helps if I open the correct
I went to
character sheet.
my bonus action to 2 weapon fighting, and I was like, what? What's this?
Features and traits. Dun, 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 dun.
You don't add the ability modifier to the damage on the bonus attack, unless that modifier is negative.
When you take an attack lightly when you're holding on one hand, you can use a bonus action with a different lightweight ability damage negative. Right. So you don't get to add your ability modifier. So you don't get to add your strength bonus.
All right, so I won't get the +4. Okay.
To the second attack.
All right, so here we go. First attack.
That is a hit.
Excellent. And I get +2 damage because, right, I'm still enraging. Or still enraged.
Correct.
Okay. And then do you want me to roll for the second one, or you want me to see how that one plays out?
Oh, sure. Let me go ahead and take that off. So, there you go.
Okay. And here's the second attack. I'm not sure if that's going to take off.
Oh, it danced on that 20 on my screen.
And then...
So another it does hit. So another 6.
Okay. But I just want to make sure, like, because on this one, I guess I don't get my +4. So I just want to make sure that that's calculated properly then.
You do not get your +4. However, do you get your rage bonus? You gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws, +2 melee damage with strength weapons. So it doesn't specify anything about 2 weapons. So you get the +2, so that'd be 8 points total.
Okay.
Damage for the second strike. He is still alive, but you just like solid cuts 2 different parts of him, and he's bleeding heavily. He is not doing well.
Fantastic. Yay.
All right, Lux.
Well, I don't want to hit Gareth. If I fireball that thug, am I at risk of hitting Gareth?
No, you're not. Unless you roll like a critical fail or something.
I know that Gareth thinks I'm being useless over here, but I'm still gonna fireball that.
I don't believe I said that.
Uh-oh.
Anybody gonna help me?
Laying down the gauntlet. 13 hits. So it's
Hold
another.
on, I have advantage.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna take that 25 and 10.
No, I would take the 13 and 3.
I don't think that's smart. Why would I do that?
Because today is opposite day.
No, it's not. We're gonna give him 10 fire damage. That's what I think of Gareth's mock.
Thank you. Was that all I had to do? I should have said that round 1.
Yeah.
I've been fireballing him.
So describe the manner.
Earlier.
Describe the manner. Describe the manner of his death. How did this firebolt
his
kill him?
head overheats and explodes, and all the brains splatter on Gareth's face for talking smack.
How does it smell?
That's actually
That's
that's how I pictured it. I pictured the firebolt going directly into this guy's mouth.
She ruined your dinner clothes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
My
about the
fancy clothes are still
thing.
clean. He can afford new ones.
All right, so hey man, nice shot with that firebolt.
Right in the mouth hole.
Finny.
Is anybody left?
We're down to
There's-
one.
There's the
That
thug
one
down
right
there.
there.
Lux,
going
you can
to-
hear the sound of fighting from around the corner, though you don't actually
Okay.
see what's happening down there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't see anything down there.
Okay.
I really like this fancy cloak. I'd rather it stayed blood free,
Oh god, that was almost a one.
but it wasn't.
I don't
So-
suppose I have any advantage or anything.
You don't need it. That's actually a hit.
Oh, does 12 hit?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
And so another 4 points of damage. Your stone, he was he was trying to get his balance because he's really bloody and woozy, and then the stone comes and just cracks him right on the side of the head, and he is just like barely holding on.
Is he prone at this point, or is
No,
he
he's
still standing?
still on his feet, but very wobbly.
We could easily move around the fellow without harm.
Yeah, but we have to
right?
finish killing him first.
You don't suppose they're useful for anything?
I guess you could try talking to him, but
Yes, they are. They are good for looting.
yeah.
Also,
You
going
have-
on, but, you know, that's,
You
I mean,
have
that's what I'm looking for.
you have two bandits that are unconscious and not dead.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been not killing
which
some.
one? Oh,
This bandit here is unconscious,
Mhm.
and this bandit here is unconscious.
So we
okay.
could tie them up and question them afterwards.
Could
If we really wanted to, I mean, I think that's a. What are we going to question them about?
Yeah.
take
I
him
think
to
they were
bear.
just trying to jump us, but it doesn't hurt to ask.
could
Let's
take 'em
talk
to-
about your life choices.
You could take him to Bear Daddy's and get him set up with a new ensemble.
Yes.
I pull out a chair and like turn it around backwards and sit on all cool pastor style and be like, listen, let's rap.
Mhm.
God.
Mhm.
Oh.
I
Is that your
ship.
turn?
Man, I ship that. I ship that a lot.
So I definitely can't get down to that thug in one turn.
Do you have anything you can throw?
I don't have any sort of ranged thing on me.
You could tie up that bandit.
I'm gonna move over here. And I'm gonna tie up this bandit just because that way I'm at least doing something.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So let's see. That thug is out. This thug. This may be his last hurrah.
Get
He
him, Thor.
roars with pain, and he swings at the dwarf twice, and he hits both times.
Oofa doofa.
That's not cool.
Ow.
1d6 plus 2, so let's roll some bones here. It's 2d6 plus 4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage to the dwarf. He's just bleeding all over here. He's like yelling, blood's coming out of his mouth. He's like, "Ah!" and just swinging his mace. Clock. How'd you just get healed? You popped that back up to 29.
I know, I hit the wrong button. Here you go.
Like,
I,
wait
instead,
a
of, instead of
moment.
subtracting 9, I added 9 instead of subtracting 9, so. I'm still learning how to use these interactive sheets.
The hit point adjustments you don't have to worry about because I can do that for you.
Oh,
It gives me something to do during your round. And Thoradin, it's your turn. How are you going to respond to this travesty?
Yeah, he's done. I'm gonna double attack him again, so.
Smash.
Yeah, that's
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah. I
He's
think there's
pudding.
a decapitation in his future.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I don't play light.
We could roast the brains.
And so it's
I look over to Finn and go, "Come on, got something for you."
so 17 points. I almost took it off of you. 17 points
No, don't do that.
damage total.
Oh my. Nice.
He had 1 hit point left, so
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
This is the last
Overkill.
day
Overkill.
before retirement.
you just lop off the top half of his
Getting killed
head.
for this.
Well, he did some damage on his last go around. I'll give him that, but jeez.
So Thoradin's just standing there with his hand axes, breathing heavy, blood all over him, all over his nice new fancy clothes.
Yeah.
And that appears to be the last of them.
Nice.
Right.
Can we search
Time
them
to
for anything good?
Search them, yes.
Should we tie up the other guy who's just knocked out?
You certainly can. You tie up both of those.
All right.
And leave them in a dark alley. That bodes well for their future.
I strip them naked. I want them naked, tied up.
Wow. Aaron, I'm learning so much about you.
He used to work for Bear Daddy.
It's
Yeah.
Thoradin. It's Thoradin.
Oh, right. I'm learning so much about her.
Sure.
Any good loot on the bodies?
Any good stuff? Yeah, as we look around.
Yeah.
Gareth, make an insight check for me.
Can I investigate the bodies?
They are all human.
Well, I want to investigate them for loot.
Oh, 16 on my insightfulness.
Okay. Two main things with these thugs. Together, they have a total of, as far as coinage on them, they have a total of 36 gold, 30 copper, and 21 silver.
Nice.
You take note, Gareth also notices another detail. Actually, you all notice this detail. They have tattoos of what look like needles under their left eye.
Well,
And
3 of them do.
yeah, a couple of them don't have eyes anymore.
True.
And you note that their clothing is of better make than one might normally find with ordinary street ruffians. Gareth,
How many
you
silver was it?
recall it was 2. I typed it in the chat in Roll20. It's 21 silver.
Okay. Okay.
Gareth, you also recall, just since you just left this party, so it was sort of fresh on your mind, but the Tullamore, which is the Weaver Guild, their sort of symbol is a needle, and her name is Amantha Wendis. She's the representative for the Tullamore. She was actually at this reception, and she was wearing a large silver pendant of a needle in the exact same shape that these tattoos are.
Fabrics thugs. Textile thugs. I love it.
Okay.
Shit seems shady to me.
Should we question the ones that we kept alive? That I kept alive?
Yeah, no one else kept any alive.
You
Sure.
certainly can, but that'll have to be next game because it is 3
Okay.
o'clock.
So we each add 9 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces to our stash.
Sure. And
Give
what
or
about the
take.
copper?
How many coppers were there?
30.
30.
Hmm.
So you're just dividing it by 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 7, that's, if someone else wants to add an extra 2 copper and an extra 1 silver, I'm not
Let
real
Finn-
worried about that.
Finn, yeah, I was gonna say Finn was a little low. Let her keep it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Finn gets 9 copper and 6 silver and 9 gold piece. The rest of us get 9 gold piece, 5 silver, 7 copper.
Cool. Thanks, folks.
Copy that.
Roger, Roger. What's your vector, Victor?
All right.
I'm sorry, I wasn't in there. What was the breakdown of the money? I'm sorry.
9 gold,
Okay.
5 silver, and 7 copper. except for Finn, who gets 9 gold, 6 silver, and 9 copper.
Are you making a nest, little one?
Who's making a nest? What?
Bucky is making a little nest on the couch.
No. All right, cool, guys.
Well, excellent.
So,
good.
Aaron, this is pretty much how it works.
I love it. This is really cool. Really, really fun. Thank you, guys.
When are
You're
when are
welcome.
y'all next available?
Tomorrow during the day, and then anytime they can survive without me.
I mean, shit, we could play tonight for all I give a shit, but tomorrow I think I'm gonna...
I don't think Aaron would be able to play tonight unless it was late.
So I can throw food as long as I can throw food at them. They're fine with Xbox.
I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah, they're like,
Current
Dad.
parenting.
Yeah, I know it's
Sure,
terrible.
Dad, you can play. We're fine.
Oh,
You
they
can
were more than willing. Like,
play.
oh, you have something to do for hours? I love it.
Sure, no problem. What can we do
We'll
to help
take care of feeding
facilitate that?
ourselves. Exactly.
How does anyone feel about playing for another hour or so later then?
I would think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Let me get to the barn and get things taken care of and plants. I'd be absolutely down with that.
You want to meet up
Big
at
Alex.
5 or 6? What do you think?
We are bumped up right to the edge of what I had prepared, so I will
Okay.
prepare a little bit more in the meantime.
Let's
You
push
have
it a
a few
little later
hours,
then.
hurry.
This, honey. I know you this.
Let's push it a little later so Heidi has
Yeah.
barn time. So
Yeah.
maybe 7:38ish.
Is that okay?
Gives Alex time to relax and catch up.
Okay, you want to say 8?
That
8.
works for me.
Yep, that works for me.
So
Jacob?
jump.
Sounds good.
Aaron, will the kids be okay? What time is Junior?
Oh, I normally put her to bed right at 8, so I'll put her to bed, and then the boys can tuck themselves in. Jetty goes about
Okay.
30 minutes after her, and then Jay, geez, who knows?
Do you wanna go slightly after 8 then, so that you have time to tuck her in and everything?
No, that's fine. I'll get her in at. Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Let's
Eight-
just do
eight- actually,
8:30. We're
Let's do 8:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that way
okay.
you don't have to worry about it, and I don't want to get her off schedule.
Okay.
I know how
Alrighty.
precious that is.
All
yeah,
right.
we're good.
Alright.
All right, 8:30 it is.
Yay!
All right, I'll see
8:30.
y'all later.
See
All
ya.
right. See ya.
Bye.
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 How do I leave? I hear Alex.
You can never leave.
There it is. Talk to you later. Have fun at the barn, Heidi.